thing right here
Yeah, tell me about it.
is letting all the people know
Ooh, what's that?
what burnouts talk about.
Yeah, what did they talk about, baby?
You know, the chronic. Check it out. Ooh, that bud so scandalous. You hit it too hard, you can't handle this. So you're smoking that thing, then you pass it to us with that look in your eyes so devious. You inhale with all you got. Suck it down hard till you see and dots. And your body's on the ground, but your mind is not, cause you...
Hold up. Hey. So hot, so hot, so hot, so hot, so hot, so hot, so hot. I'm so high.
In the morning, I smoke 2 joints at night.
I smoke 2 joints when I play video games, and every 10,000 points.
Is it such a crime? Hey, everybody should be getting high.
Hope you're ready for the next episode. Hey, smoke weed every day.
If you smell what the rock is cooking.
What up? What up, you Rudy Poos? Fantasy Football Hustler back at you. And oh, yeah, we are bringing you Movies and Munchies. Well, at least as of now, it's been our weekly movie podcast. But oh, yeah, we got a bunch of stuff to talk about tonight. We got 16 classic sports movies that we're going to be talking about tonight. And let's bring out the panel, starting off with our man Bogart Scott Free, repping the GMM Network.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Oh, yeah.
I can dig it.
Five time.
I got my chance at 5 titles.
And you already know it's not a party if JC Money Design in the building.
What's up, guys?
What up?
It's been a hot minute.
At least a hot one. And let's see who's up in the building. Sir Bong's a lot in the building. Chris up in the building. Antonio up in the building. And all right, Antonio, put it in first. Moment of silence, man, for John Madden. Did you guys hear the news? He passed away. 85 years old. I mean, he definitely lived a long life, but man, that's some rough news. That's a part of all of our childhoods and could be in more ways than one, but that's rough. Rough times. I'm packing it up right now. We're going to smoke one for the GOAT. And we'll do one of these just like we always do. Man, R.I.P. to the GOAT. And Little Giants is not on this list, but man, I almost felt like getting it in there just because of him.
You know what? And it's so crazy. It's almost like he was ready. You know what I mean? Because the documentary just dropped, or the documentary movie, I should say, you know what I mean? And is it a series? I'm not sure what it is. I think it might even be a series, man, because his life is definitely like a feature film series. You know what I'm saying? Like, rest in peace to the GOAT.
His commentating was crazy, though, dude. He would just like pretty much speak the obvious of what happens if the team with the team with the highest score at the end of the game will win the game or will win. Like,
his commentary will be unmatched forever. First, you got to get this guy here and this guy here, and then all the way over here.
You know who?
He's the GOAT.
Will never ever come close. That goddamn Greasy.
Oh my gosh,
He's
horrible.
I have a lot of respect for what his dad did. The late Bob Green.
Let's see. Who else was shouting out? John Madden, Robert, shouting out RIP. Oh man, it was rough. Let's see. Yeah, David, Madden left hella legacy. That is for sure. That is for sure.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Robert said Madden's the greatest coach of all time, in my opinion. Definitely one of them, especially today. We can all say
I'd say one of the more polarizing, or probably the most polarizing. Like
has to be transcended the game in so many levels.
There you go. That's the word.
There's kids who don't even watch football that know who John Madden is.
Yeah, they played a goddamn game.
Yeah. Robert said Raiders fans here. Well, yeah, sorry for your loss, bro. Sorry for everybody's loss who John Madden really meant something to your life. All right, let's see. And Mr. Grapefruit said it's a shame Waterboy's got to face off against Varsity Blues right away. And you know what? Why don't we just start off with that one and make that the very first one? Because we're not going in any particular order here. Varsity Blues versus the Waterboy. There's a lot of things that I could say about the Waterboy, but I'm just going to start on the Varsity Blues side of things. Man, that movie is fucking awesome. The cast of characters, if you go back, I mean, we're talking Paul Walker and we're talking James Vanderbeek. I don't even remember the guy who plays Tweeter, his name, how many things he's been in. Scott Conn. The cast of characters is just fucking amazing. Texas football, I don't know much about it, but it seems like it really just takes Texas football to the heart.
You know, that movie was so awesome. Yeah, and it, but I'm just gonna say it sucks that it's got to go up against Waterboy because I gotta go Waterboy here.
Definitely gonna go Waterboy here. This is definitely one of Adam Sandler's best movies.
One out. I'm sorry. This one is so good that it took Waterboy to kill it.
Yeah, and we already knew that Waterboy is going to be making it past. I mean, there's almost no way that it's not. So let's just talk about some of our favorite parts of Varsity Blues. And man, it's so not PC. You wouldn't be able to get away with some of that shit. Just the one scene that I'm thinking about. And the Tweeter, and he's like, women, they're all just panty droppers. You give them a couple beers, a couple Vicodins, and the panties drop. It is very nice. And then Jonathan Moxon's response is, hey, Tweeter, you think you're going to like prison?
It's crazy that they keep putting Billy Bob in, dude, and he's all fucked up.
You know what's funny is I was just about to bring up Billy Bob, bro, because if you're gonna do a movie with him, and I think MTV, that was MTV's first crack at doing an MTV film studio film. Yeah. So of course it wasn't. It was gonna reach the teenage audience. The high school audience and younger, but it was also it was of its time, the 90s, where it's a lot of film had to do, the kids were doing fuck shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that you can't really necessarily do in mainstream studios now. Movies like that still exist, but we're talking independent film, shit like that.
Oh yeah, I mean shit, their whole that whole premise of when they played Gilroy or whatever, and man, going out on that party, that big binge.
I'm not. That's where Niner MMA is at. In Gilroy, that's a real football place too. It's a small ass town, but it's it's out in the cut. So it's as country as you can get, being so close to a city. You know what I mean?
Just insane, and they're the superstars of the town. There's no pro teams or whatever. They're. I mean, who knows if even all of them are 18? They're getting into the strip club. They're all drinking beers. All that, and everyone's allowing it. I mean, shit, they even stole the police car, and then stupid ass John Voight. You guys got a problem with my boys? No, they're just being kids, coach. That's all.
What's funny too is because Peacock earlier on the show, he had mentioned him because he grew up in Texas, and it was really that serious. And even till this day, like his nephew is a star running back in high school, one of the best in the state. And they show their games on TV on Fridays. You know what I mean?
Big time.
Yeah, this is and it's like a regular thing. It's Texas high school football.
And it is fitting that Waterboy is going up against Varsity Blues because they're both football movies. So that's nice.
That is good. And so let's see. Did anyone else mention any other ones in here? Well, this was classic. Mr. Grapefruit says Billy Bob pukes in the washer at the party too. And not just pukes in the washer, like literally when when what's his name? Paul Walker and I can't remember the woman's name who were getting it on at the time. Pukes. If you guys are hungry, I left a few hot dogs in there. Puke and rally. Give me a beer.
He said, and he's like, I don't know how somebody could do that. I mean, I've seen people go into a fridge, they're so drunk, they go into a fridge, they open up the fruit drawer or some shit like that, and they take a piss in there. What the fuck are you thinking?
Oh man, high school days. Gotta love them. All right, why don't we go to the other side of the bracket here, and let me put it back up here. So for those who don't know, so we got the Waterboy versus Varsity Blues. Why don't we jump to the other side? Let's go to the Sandlot and White Man Can't Jump.
Oh.
This one is fucking tough because now we're talking baseball versus basketball. Everybody, let's get some chiming in going.
But they're both street games. One's like a backyard baseball, and the other one's like
pickup basketball games.
Yep.
And the premise of everything, I mean, the Sandlot. I mean, I'm sure that there's a lot of people that can relate to that. Maybe being the new kid and meeting a new group of friends, and all of that kind of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of things. You know what? And you know what I'm gonna do? We'll make this a little bit. Easier. I'm gonna put the poll in. We'll start putting the poll in.
That's how we should do it. I like that.
Sandlot versus White Man Can't Jump. All right. There we go. So make sure you vote on the poll. I just put it in there right now. There we go. Bogart's back. Antonio says he's never seen White Man Can't Jump.
What?
Okay. One of my favorite lines comes from that movie, and it will stand the test of time forever. So Wesley Snipes, they pretty much play Billy Hoyle. What's his name? Woody Harrelson. And it's so funny because Woody Harrelson is a basketball savant in real life, and Wesley Snipes could barely dribble the ball to save his life, but that's neither here nor there. And Wesley Snipes, they do the shady shit where he throws the game and it's like a big $1,500 game or something. How Billy is the only one putting in money on this, I'll never understand. But they jack all of his money. His girl, dang it, what is her name? Gloria something. I cannot think of her name to save my life.
Yeah,
and, say it again.
Was it a Gloria?
It's Gloria something. I can't remember her last name to save my life. The one who's in Pineapple Express, the cop, and White Man in Do the Right Thing way back in the day, says that he got played, knows that he got played, and takes him all the way down there to try to get his money back. And Wesley Snipes, he had to tell him the way that it is. You know what? You either smoke or you get smoked, and you got smoked.
Damn, I'm trying to remember her name.
Rosie Perez.
There you go, Rosie Perez. There you go.
Gloria in the movie, right?
There we go. Dude, just beat Hess to it.
What's the queen?
Her in Pineapple Express, dude. She fucking shoots that dude in the arm.
Sorry. Picture.
Classic stuff. As of right now, the Sandlot is winning, and in the poll there, and definitely well deserved. We'll give it a minute or two to see if anybody can overtake that. I'm definitely voting for the Sandlot here as well. I mean, it's just so nostalgic. Like, oh, who said it? Where was it? There we go, Anthony. You're killing me, Smalls.
You play baseball like a girl.
All the man, like you make weenies with your mama's toe jam or something. There was like so many crazy random disses, but the you play ball like a girl, that was the one. He was big dick swinging after that one. Like everyone was just sitting there chuckling. No one could say nothing.
And then they got smoked. They did the smoking. You know what I mean? Like, bro, they smoked them. They smoked them boys.
Man, and it was funny because everyone, I mean, is just talking about what's his name, Benny the Jet. You know, oh, it's easy when you play with a bunch of rejects, isn't it, Rodriguez? And man, they just go in there and just mollywop them on their home turf.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. What was the name? What was the dude? Squints, bruh. Squints came through. You know?
Oh man, Squints was pimping.
He ended up marrying the bride and having several kids. You know, he was getting busy. He was like, he couldn't wait.
They were humping. You already know that. Yeah, they said they had 9 kids. He's a little horn dog. He always has been. He always will be.
That's always gonna be one of my movies too. That like that me and my girl. That's always gonna remind me of me and my girl because we used to always watch that shit when we first started seeing each other. It's just like, you know, that was the DVD era. You just got hella DVDs. Watched, and I remember I hadn't seen The Sandlot since I was like hella young. I was like, oh, what? That one's great. It's
Great
like
Hambino, baby.
it has the same narration style as like the Wonder Years.
Oh yeah,
sure.
That was like the style of shooting back then.
And when I was 13, 14, that's when I switched my position. Started playing catcher. I realized there might have been a future in that if I could get real good at it. And every time, you know, just playing at the local league or whatever, local what do they call it? Pony League or Little League. It wasn't Little League. They changed the name when we got 13 and 14. But I just remember trying to talk shit like the great Hambino behind the plate. And it was like half the battle. If you could psych out the person that was in the batter's box, like it just made everything so much better.
The great Hambino, bruh.
He's the man.
Hell yeah.
He's the man.
And let's see. Who else do we got in here? Oh, yeah. Big BS. Want s'mores?
Yep.
I can't have s'more.
More what?
More what?
How can I have s'more if I haven't had anything yet? Oh, man. What a deprived child.
It's like, you know, that to me, as a kid, that's where s'mores came from that movie.
Yeah.
Like, I was never at no camp or nothing like that. We're from the hood, B. You know what I mean? We went camping and shit as a family, but like, you know what I mean? When we made s'mores, it's because we got it from that movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ha. 100 people said, Baby Ruthie, who is she? What? The Colossus of Clout, the Sultan of SWAT. And all of them, the Great Bambino.
The dude that repeated it, he's the Sultan of SWAT.
Shut up, Tommy.
He repeated
It's so good.
Timmy and Tommy Simmons.
He just repeats that motherfucker.
You know who was the funny one that I wish we could see like an after story about? The guy who got really into the 60s and nobody heard about him after that.
He went on, he got into drugs, bro.
He was the one when someone called the fart sniffer that he was like the one that they zoomed in on when he was smelling.
Oh, man,
We knew he was doing more than sniffing farts, if you know what I mean.
Oh shit.
He was the kid sniffing paint for sure. Yeah.
Man, Mr. Grapefruit said, I like when Smalls realized James Earl Jones played with Babe Ruth. Man, I mean, that was like just that whole scene at the end and hearing it. James Earl Jones is the fucking man. Like, there's so many movies from our childhood that he was in that he was just such a superstar.
He's Darth. First of all, he's Darth Vader.
Yep.
Yep.
He's fucking Mufasa. He's King Jaffe Joe. You know what I mean? Like, even that, you can just drop the mic. He's fucking King Jaffe Joe.
And he was a better hitter than Babe Ruth. Like, how crazy is that? Would have broken his record too if I backed a little bit up off the plate.
Yeah, he had diabetes, went blind.
No, he got hit in the head with the ball and went blind.
I thought, you know what's funny is because you could perceive that in different ways. Like he didn't back off the plate of ribs. You know what I mean?
No, boy. I mean, they made a point in there. He,
Okay, I might. You know what? I might just not be jogging my memory on that part.
because they do mention in that he was like, I used to crowd the plate, made the plate almost disappear.
Yeah,
hated that, and he loved that. He got all giddy about that.
He's awesome.
Ha, Machiavelli, that wimpy dear.
yeah.
Thought you said the great Bambi.
Yeah.
Sir bongs a lot when he Frank drowns to get a kiss. Like, yeah, like he was like the superstar of superstars that day.
He had been plotting it all week. He's like, I knew we were going.
No, he said I've been planning it for years.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's the best. Yeah, for sure.
Love that movie. Oh man. Antonio Rodriguez stealing home plate at Game 7 of the World Series. Legendary. It gets no bigger than that. It gets no bigger. Who knows if he even did anything other than pinch run, and that's why they had him there.
I mean, shit. And it had a little Dodgers nostalgia too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck the Dodgers. Sorry if you're a Dodgers fan.
I'm
Not you. I know you're not, but sorry to anyone who's listening and may be a Dodgers fan. Big BS. I wanted big dogs after that movie. Man, I mean, big old Hercules. That was a big ass dog, and like he wasn't playing. You don't come back there and steal his balls.
Yeah, what was that? Was he a bull mastiff?
I have no idea. Let me see.
I thought he was like a
He was a mastiff.
like what Beethoven is.
English English.
Yeah,
master.
Beethoven, like Beethoven, right?
I knew he was some type.
I don't know if I mean, the face looks the same, but his entire body definitely doesn't look like a Beethoven dog.
No, yeah, it's not the. You know what's funny though too is when they finally really showed a dog and you're like, this motherfucker, he ain't that crazy.
Some of the dogs are so fucking big.
But the legend of the dog is bigger than the size of the dog will ever be.
And what's funny too is when they come out with they got the mechanical. They make the whole contraption with the connects. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, right? The little kid.
Oh yeah, his big. I don't even know what the hell those are called, but
yeah,
that big ass contraption.
What was it, like erector set? Shit.
There you go. Yep, the erector set.
I said connects.
Yeah, jeez, shit.
Open the 90s.
That shit's so crazy. He just wrecks it too and throws it over the fence. Like, what the hell? Get this shit out of here.
All day. Took him all day to build that shit, bro.
He ate that shit in 2 seconds. All right, well, let's end that poll. The Sandlot wins, and the Sandlot is moving on. I definitely like White Man Can't Jump, but Sandlot is just in a different breed, all of its own. All right, let's get back to the other side here. And all right, I see one that I like. How about we go with Friday Night Lights versus The Replacements?
Oh my god.
And this
is probably going to be one of the hardest ones. Friday Night Lights is like.
I'm going Replacements. I'm sorry.
I'm going Replacements too.
I love Replacements.
That whole the whole premise of the movie, like, we fucking love it. We fucking love it. You get one last chance to live your football glory.
No tomorrow. You know what I mean? And then what's his name? Gene Shagman. What's his name? The dude who plays the coach, is it Owen? What was his name?
Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman. There you go, bro. I love him. So
there you go. Classic line from the movie.
And I wish I could say something that was classy and inspirational, but that just wouldn't be our style. Bang heels, chicks dig scars, glory lasts forever.
Glory lasts forever. Hands in, gentlemen.
The same character in every movie.
Yeah, he's the man, dude.
I know.
Lefty QB from Ohio State.
Yep. Against Shane Falco, bro.
Man, what they call him? Shane Sugarfoot Falco, or what the hell was his nickname in there?
Play where he he fumbles it right, and he runs around all stupid.
That was the John Madden in the movie. There we go. Here's our connection to John Madden.
Yep, John Madden's in the movie.
And the ball comes around here and it just bounces around here and then right out.
Yoink.
That was
bounces off the back of his lineman or some shit like that.
Right. The replacements are so hard.
And he ends up getting it back himself and runs it in on a touchdown.
And
the guy who started with the ball ends up finishing with the ball and gets the touchdown. He's like, what the fuck?
Footsteps Falco. There we go. Footsteps Falco from Ohio State.
There it is.
They had so many like random one-liners from that movie too.
It's so cool that he got to be two like football dumbasses, like just like because he was also like Utah. He was
Johnny Utah.
Utah.
Give me two.
Getting it in the 90s, bro.
Hell yeah. And what about and it's funny too because even like the Ohio State quarterback, he always like he never made it anywhere.
No.
In the NFL. He always got nuked in the fourth quarter somewhere, or it was always some random story, but it was never him being an actual quarterback from Ohio State. So
that is funny.
Even in the movies, Ohio State quarterbacks can't cut it.
No, never. You just go back in history, anyways. I already did that history lesson.
Oh yeah.
No one.
It's even in the movies. The Cowboys fucked up.
Oh yeah, that was the team that lost. We're going up against the defending champs, and you guys fucking lost to not make it into the playoffs versus a team of ragtag replacements.
Yep.
That shit's funny. That's even more classic now. And I don't think they said the Dallas Cowboys, but they definitely said Dallas. They definitely said the defending champs, and they definitely lost.
Washington sent.
Yeah,
versus your Washington Sentinels.
Mm-hmm.
Is he fraternizing with a cheerleader? Can't do that. What are they going to do? Fire him?
What are you throw him in football jail? I think that guy's smoking on the field.
I like when he hands it to the coach. He's like, oh.
Dude, Wiry is the man. Nigel the leg gruff. I just remember he's walking by all the players that are running by, and he like looks at his muscles. Yeah. And then then he goes up and then talks shit to Shane. Hey, Shane Falco, lost a ton of money on that Sugar Bowl game of yours. It's like I think they smelled the stink all the way back in Wales.
Oh man.
Hold on. And when they got into that fight, that was classic because like what was his name? Clifford Franklin, Orlando Brown or whatever in there. Nigel Gruff was the one who called him out because he he was like, it was fun to go kick some ass tonight, wasn't it? Like, oh, you the man tonight, Clifford Franklin. And Nigel was like, he was hiding behind the jukebox, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was.
Hey, he was the 7-Up guy, bro. 7-Up yours. Remember that shit?
Oh, yeah. I had one of those shirts. That was a classic shirt.
I was going to say that, dude, those shirts sold like hotcakes at Spencer's. I guarantee it.
Oh, they had to.
The scene where they show him like, when he's at the grocery store, when he's working for the convenience store, and the kids like steal the shit, and they're like Clifford, and he like goes running out, like he's like.
That's why they got him there because he can carry.
Like, goes up and he's like, it just like fucking goes through his hands, and he steps on the Twinkie and squishes it and shit. Can't even catch a Twinkie.
Can't even catch a Twinkie.
You know what's funny is what's that dude? The Raiders in the 80s were infamous for using stucco. And what do you know? John Madden was on set. He was probably like, to make it authentic, boom, use some stucco. You know what I mean? When my guys couldn't catch the ball, you know what I mean? Like
that shit was gross though, dude. That dude from back then, he would have him like on his like shin pads, dude. That's what like all over, bro. Like, could you imagine trying to tackle that guy? Would you want to tackle that dude?
I'd try to drop kick him. That's what I'd try to do.
Just in case, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I'll block the guy, just throw it at my shin. You know what I mean?
Man, that was funny when they gave him all the stick on. Look at this, coach. Don't look natural. Look like I just jacked off an elephant. And then he tries to spike it at the end. Gets stuck. The ref can't pull it off his hand. And then he's big dick swinging in the locker room when he's giving that report. Oh yeah, that's Clifford Franklin going up with it. Or yeah, everyone going up. Clifford
the only one
coming down with it. And then what's his name? Danny, the cop comes by and just pushes his ass into the locker. Little bitch. So funny.
And then Nigel's right there just in his underwear. He's like, cheers, babe.
Cheers, babe. He's the man. Nigel's the man. He's gonna start missing some kicks.
He's the soccer guy playing football just for the bread. You know what I mean?
He's the only person to make a kick from the one side of the field to the other and score a goal.
Yeah, claim to fame. And they had to remind him, remember, Nigel, over the bar, not under.
Yep. Holy shit, that's so far to kick a ball.
Always doing the
yeah.
Yeah.
And the celebration that you can't kick no field goals around there. You're about to get headbutted by Danny, whatever the hell his name is. The damn crazy ass linebacker.
Danny Bates? Is that his name?
Danny Bates. There you go.
Yeah. Give me the ball, Danny.
I got you the ball.
Pretty God, I don't better not see no cop.
I'm a cop.
Danny.
Oh, look, butt cake.
That shit was so funny. My man didn't even do nothing. It's just a cop trying to. I can't remember the.
He played for the Vikings.
Oh yeah.
Was he a receiver or no? He's a corner, right? Cornerback.
Safety, I believe.
Safety, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they put him in at running back on the last game after the dude tore his ACL.
Oh shit.
Danny Bateman. There we go. Bateman was his last name. There we go. And Facebook user, make sure you click the link in the description of the video so we can see your name. So I don't have to call you out by Facebook user.
Or come jump on YouTube.
Fantasy Football Hustler. Hell yeah. And that goofy kicker was hilarious. He made the movie.
Yeah, he really did. And like just during the time with the 7-Up guy popping, like when that movie came out, and like I just love Keanu Reeves. Like that's those ones to me. Like if it's me on the panel to vote, I'm voting for that one for sure.
Oh yeah.
Friday Night Lights is awesome. But yeah,
and you know what? I mean, I can't even talk enough about Friday Night Lights because I've seen it like once in my entire life.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that like people would be like, "Oh, you never seen it? Oh, we gotta watch it right now." Like, then I'd be like, "Oh, yeah, it's cool."
Yeah, there's a lot of good movies like that.
I think it's awesome, but I get
it. The Goodings and like he's only in like Disney now.
Not against Replacements.
And there we go, Mr. Grapefruit said. I mean, Cuba Gooding's character Ronald. Nice.
Well, I mean, he's like should strictly just be in Disney movies.
Yeah. And with 69% of the votes,
69 dudes.
The Replacements is moving on.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. All right, I'll let one of you guys pick which one are we gonna cover. Let's switch to the left side. We'll go left side instead of strong side this time.
Go ahead, JC.
Let's go dodgeball and Major League.
Dodgeball and Major League. All right.
This is gonna be a tough one.
Okay, hold on. Let me get the poll in here.
I love dodgeball, but I gotta go Major League.
I gotta agree.
Like,
dude, when he comes out, that intro is so sick. Comes out the back.
I haven't seen it in a cool minute. Like I almost feel like I want to watch it. Like it's kind of funny because there was a moment in time where I feel like everyone stopped caring about Charlie Sheen when he came out and told everybody he got AIDS and or HIV or whatever it is, right? But he was like, yeah, and I just want to come out and tell people because these women are trying to extort me, say I gave it to him, and I've been paying them to be quiet and this, that, and the third. I'm done paying. He was like,
I'm done paying.
The only reason he came out, he was gonna keep it a secret as long as he could. He's like, these women are drying me. They're running me dry. Fuck that shit.
Here we go. Shout out to Major League.
I heard you guys talking about roller coasters earlier. They have a roller coaster here at Valley Fair called Wild Thing.
Right. Valley Fair, is that a mall?
No, it's a park, like an amusement park. They got that dude. They have like I remember you guys were talking about Berenstein. Was it Berenstein Bears a couple of shows ago?
Yeah.
But they got like this whole area for like Berenstein Bears shit.
Yeah, it's like it's themed.
Yeah, it's pretty. Like, but back in the day, the Mall of America was all Snoopy. It was called Camp Snoopy. It was all Snoopy themed before it was Nickelodeon Universe. So like everything was Snoopy.
Nice. That's Knott's Berry Farm down here. It's still all Snoopy themed.
That's dope. I like Snoopy. He's throwback.
Yeah. Mall of America sold out for sure.
I hate that fucking song, man. Another movie about a ragtag bunch of people. Wesley Snipes in there. Definitely one of the best characters to me. Yep. Wasn't even on the list, just invades camp. And literally just because he's the fastest guy out there, it doesn't matter. Get that man a jersey.
Yeah. Hey, man, that's how you got to do it, right? Just show up to the tryouts, right?
What do you say? Willie Mays Hayes. Play like Mays, run like Hayes.
Yeah.
What he bought 100 of those gloves for every base that he was gonna steal. I wonder if he actually got to the 100, because you see his whole wall where he tacked up, each pair. I don't know if I saw 100 on that wall though.
He was getting there.
Biggest one all the way at the end of the game, end of their season though. That one was huge. I've only seen that happen a couple times in real life, where that someone is going to steal, that they're going for it, and they still end up making it. And in like a big playoff game or something like that, Dave Roberts is the only one I really remember doing that.
I'm putting it on. I'm putting it on. I haven't seen it in a while, so I'm going to put it on. Dude, I just remember it was one of my dad's favorite movies. I like that song, but like when they played that, he loved that shit when when he came, when they called him up. What was he, like a relief pitcher, right?
I went through it.
So whenever they would call him to come out and pitch, dude, his theme song would come and shit. That shit was so fucking sick.
Oh yeah.
I went a time period where I'm kind of on this time period for the last couple of years where I only rock my team's gear. When I was younger, to match different shit, if I remember I had these Jordans. They were hella limited. It was the 7s. They're yellow, white, and black. And then so I had this Steelers joint with it. You know what I mean? Because I just like to match. And then but I remember, bro, I had this Cleveland fit. It was so clean. And I remember I had the nerd glasses with the and I put the tape on the thing. And you would just walk around downtown and we just partying. But motherfuckers would be like, oh, wild thing. You feel me? But because that shit is iconic, bro. Those hats, bro.
Oh yeah, those were fire. That's some good nostalgia right there.
They don't like that shit no more, huh? Apparently.
No, I mean they try to avoid it where they can. And T Money said, "Pay your respect to Joe Boo before the game." Oh yeah, gotta warm up bat.
What's his name? Marv. He's in this movie, right? The guy who plays Marv.
No, not in this one. Daniel Stern.
So he was what movie was that where he was a manager?
That's
well, that's like the little league one, right?
Little big. No,
that shit's so funny when he gets stuck between the fucking two doors to the rooms.
Yep. That movie did not make the list. And 100 people said, "Alex, wave your magic wand and put Rudy on this list." You know what?
I
will never put Rudy on a list like this, because someone who is actually there, Joe Montana, someone who I think is the GOAT, he actually played with Rudy, and he was like, "Man, that's some Hollywood bullshit. That shit didn't even happen like that." So no, I will never put Rudy on a list like this, because man, that shit's faker than a $3 bill, according to Joe Montana. I'll take his word for it.
I said Joe Montana.
We didn't even have to talk about that movie yet. I knew we were going to be we're going to wait till next round.
Yeah, that's pretty much one of the goats of the movie. I love these sports movies. Any Sandler sports movies hilarious. And it's crazy because there's pretty much every movie that he's in, he's playing some kind of sport. Every one, even 8 Crazy Nights.
100 people said all these movies are Hollywood BS. Well, yeah, but Rudy's based on a true story.
Yeah, but it's crazy. It's when it's based on a true story, it could be people got trapped in this underground cave or some shit like that, and it's the only part of the story is the fact that they were spelunking. That was it. Yeah, nothing else happened. They just went into the cave and they probably just came out, but they just made this whole scary thing about it.
I mean, listen, Kurt Warner's movie.
That looks dope,
right? I mean, of course, they're gonna sit there with him. He's gonna tell him his life, and then there's gonna be a writer be like, "All right, but then right here, this is where we put you stop the bank robbery." You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They're gonna Hollywood used to make me mad with superhero movies because I'm a stickler for the source material. You know what I mean? The comics. So if you were to change somebody's origin story, it shit would piss me off. You know what I mean?
Well, that whole Kurt Warner shit. So there's this guy on YouTube I listen to. I'll have to send you the link for his shits because his name's like Mike Me Up for microphone. But he talked about the whole like story, like the whole story about like what whole like all the way from like him being a 27-year-old rookie, winning like his whole story, like how he kind of got fucked a whole bunch of times and like his injuries and like that's a crazy fucking story, Kurt Warner.
I agree. Sir Bong was a lot. Rudy's too long. Yeah, it could be like 35 minutes long. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Could have been like an after school, like, like made for TV, like 30-minute movie for sure.
Hallmark special.
There we go. All right. So Major League is moving on. 62% of the votes over Dodgeball. And go ahead, JC Money. Choose our next battle here, and I'll create the poll.
Well, we'll just go. Well, I mean, I wasn't a big. Let's go. Blind Side and Coach Carter.
This one is, very similar movies. That's for sure.
So I heard The Blind Side was like they didn't really follow the story either in the movie.
Well, Michael Ord said he didn't even like it that much because he said before he met like their entire family, he still knew how to play football.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they really played him like he didn't have no fucking clue. I mean, the movie was good. Like it told a good story and shit. Like
definitely did. I'm voting for Coach Carter on this one. I mean, just Channing Tatum, like on there. That shit was pretty. It always makes me laugh that Channing Tatum is on there. And but yeah, I mean, for me, Coach Carter, I mean, Samuel Jackson, I mean, come on, like that had a really good cast of characters like on there. And yeah, I just don't like the part about The Blind Side where they pretty much make it look like he doesn't know how to play football at all. Yeah, like nobody learns how to play football, especially offensive linemen, like as a 17-year-old kid or 18-year-old kid. And
well, I mean, there are some people that
there's stories like that, like I think Villanueva for the Ravens, like obviously more so known from the Steelers. I think he was a guy that never played any kind of football, and like in college, I mean, he played some kind of other sports, but in college, I think he just took a shot at it, and then he became one of the best linemen. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but I mean, he played when he was a kid and stuff. I mean, that's almost like a guy like Antonio Gates or something who didn't play football in college, but ends up making it to the NFL. But he literally played like up until college, So yeah. It is a little weird. That was the part that really ruins it for me, just out of the whole movie, because I love the movie. I mean, the whole story is fucking awesome.
What time is it? Where's my
5:52?
Okay, cool. I'm gonna dip in like 5 minutes.
Cool. And Sir Bong's last said Invincible with Marky Mark. I like that one. I mean, that's another one where the whole big play, like at the end, where he's at the 40, he's at the 30. And then, when you see it like in the end, it's like a 2-second play and it's like a muff punt that just ends up in his hands that he ran in for like 2 yards or whatever. But, the whole story is cool. Him pointing at his friends, like if he really did that in real life, like that probably had to be the best feeling in the world for those peeps watching him.
Hey, Marky Mark did a handful of sports joints, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like he did a couple boxing joints too.
Yep.
Did you see the episode of It's Always Sunny where they did that shit? Invincible, like they were trying to hit this shit so fucking funny.
Hey, Eminem was gonna he was originally supposed to do the boxer.
That would have been funny.
Yeah, like he was training for it and everything. Cause he did like the music for it, soundtrack, or he had something to do with the movie. But then he was originally supposed to be cast for it. And it's funny because he had that whole thing with Marky Mark back in the days where he was just like always troll Marky Mark.
Here you go. This is a classic. There's an older Eagles movie. I was on the Disney Channel. It was called The Garbage Kicking Field Goal Picking Philadelphia Phenomenon. And like now looking back, it's them making a play at the Invincible story, except this guy's a garbage man who he has to kick the hydraulic something or whatever. And his leg is just like the strongest leg in the world because of that. And then he ends up being the kicker for the Eagles.
That's tight.
And it was Tony Danza.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't even know where you. I mean, that's like so old school Disney that I don't even know if you could find that anywhere.
Who's the boss?
Yeah, that shit's awesome.
Hey, her name, man, she's still sexy. Damn.
Armed. Alyssa Milano.
Milano. Yeah.
There we go.
Is it Melissa Milano or Alyssa Milano?
Alyssa Milano.
Tomato. Yeah.
All right, let's see if we get any more. Let's see if we get any more votes in there. We're at 62% for Coach Carter right now. Let's see if we get any others in there. Everyone who's watching, make sure that you vote because there's not as many votes as there are people watching. So make sure you click and vote.
Coach Carter was real ill.
The audience is going to be our third person once Bogard leaves.
Yes, because the Earth is.
And the Matrix has got you.
Matrix already 5 minutes early. He's already taken the blue pill.
Am I in the Matrix?
Yeah, you were take the blue pill.
You're back now. And there you go. 100 people said Alex with the knowledge. Man, because I remember all those Disney movies. Like if it was a Disney movie that came out in the 90s and shit, like, you know, you always watch those Disney movies. And they had all the sports movies. All right. So Coach Carter is making it to the next round. Let me end this poll. JC Money, you pick. I'll load up the next poll.
Charlie Sheen's freaking haircut in this movie is just epic. He just rolls up on the back of the motorcycle and dude's like, they're like, what the fuck is this guy? All right, where are we at here?
There we go. Bogard's back.
Yeah.
Let Bogard pick one.
Oh yes, the Earth is my turf. And all that other crazy nonsense I be yelling. But I gotta say, like, I love the Sandlot and the Water Boys. So those are the ones I'm rooting to go like the distance, right? Those are like those are ones that like if they're on TV in the middle of the night. I don't care what part of the movie it's at. I gotta watch it.
Oh yeah, you just make sure you're voting in the polls.
It could be like I've been partying for 7 days on a mushroom extravaganza, bonanza, and then like be ready to finally go to sleep. And one of those movies is on. I'm like, fuck, I'm watching this. Like,
stay up all night and watch this shit.
Yeah, but yeah, I wanted to tap back in and say peace to the world. Movies and munchies. You know what I mean? I had to cut it short for me personally tonight. You know what I'm saying? But I'll check y'all out.
All right. Peace out, bro.
Peace.
All right. You tell me which one we're doing next. I'll create the poll.
All right. What do we got left here? Whew. We didn't do this one yet. Remember the Titans versus Cool Runnings? Or we want to save that one for last? We'll do Moneyball versus Rocky 1.
Yeah, let's do that. Moneyball versus Rocky 1.
It should be a landslide, but I actually liked Moneyball. I thought it was a cool story, like them taking this shit ass team and just making a whole bunch of fucking trades, you know. And they made a fucking bomb ass little team.
Yeah, and I'm always gonna have an extra special connection to Rocky because my grandpa, he actually had a boxing gym in Compton way back in the day, and he actually taught Sylvester Stallone how to box.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
The original Rocky movie. So I'm definitely going Rocky. And
yeah, I'm going Rocky for sure too. Like it just reminds me of my dad. Something I'd watch with my dad.
Yeah, Rocky has this in the bag. FanDuel odds are minus 750.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. And let's yeah, I mean, we were talking about, I mean, just how much Rocky transcends everything. We were talking about Eddie Murphy Raw a little bit earlier and just talking about that whole Rocky scene in there. Like, let's go, Rocco!
Dude, the whole fucking shit with him, like, in the fucking cooler and shit.
Just insane. Like, can you imagine that? That's how he trained those hands, just punching that dead frozen meat.
And his fighting style is just crazy, you know, just basically just let somebody punch you as much as they can until they get worn out and then just beat the crap out of them.
Yeah.
Great fighting way. Great fighting style. I don't think it'd ever work.
And Paulie, what a savage. Like, hey man, try not to break all the ribs.
Yeah.
Always trying to make a buck off Rocky.
Yeah, for sure.
First, it was that robe, and it was so funny because like they kept going on and on about how baggy, how baggy the robe was. He hated it. Moneyball, definitely. I mean, we love the story.
Brad Pitt, epic.
Jonah Hill, classic.
Well, I don't know, dude. I just watched a movie the other day, yesterday, that made me want to like never like even like watch a movie again with Jonah Hill. Like he was just like the biggest piece of shit in this movie. It's called Don't Look Up. Have you seen it yet? That Netflix movie with it's Jonah Hill and you guys were talking about Leonardo DiCaprio was in it.
What?
It's a good ass movie about it, like an asteroid, like these people, like these astrophysicists, like they are like they're like, you know, they're checking this part of the solar system and shit, where there's like, and there's this like comet that's coming or a meteor that's coming, and it's like a huge fucking meteor that can basically destroy the Earth and shit, and they go to like tell the president and shit like that, and like, you know, it's basically supposed to be like a play on Donald Trump, but it's like a woman and it's Meryl Streep, and what's his name we were just talking about, he's her son, but he also is like the guy in charge of defenses and shit like that for the president, and he's just a huge fucking prick, It's crazy. It's so crazy.
And Mr. Great,
it's a really good movie. It's crazy. It's like it shows how ignorant people are, like how ignorant like the government is, and like how everything's about politics, and like how like everyone's about like shit on their phones and shit like that. It's crazy. It's a good movie, but it's just like maybe what like not like him as a person. I was like, I fucking do not like him anymore. And there's movies that like do that, like when someone's like just an ignorant, you know, piece of shit.
They're that good at acting. And Mr. Grapefruit said that movie seems cheesy. Definitely sounds cheesy.
It was really good, actually.
Celebs blowing smoke up our butts about global problems. I don't know. Yeah, that's not a movie that I'm gonna say that I'd be super excited to watch. And Ronald said the funniest thing about Moneyball is probably the coolest Jonah Hill has looked in a movie. Probably the one scene that I do like in that movie that's so classic is after the A's get their asses kicked and Brad Pitt goes into the locker room or whatever, and fucking like Jeremy Giambi's all dancing and shit like on top, or whoever the hell it was, and he just starts throwing shit all over the place. Why are you so happy? Huh? Thought you guys lost. And like has to throw all that shit around. He's like, you hear that? You hear that? No one hears anything. That's what losing sounds like. Yeah. And he should have just been like, now shut the fuck up. But yeah, that was classic for sure. Best scene in the movie, I think. And Rocky takes the pole.
Yeah, probably by a landslide.
Of course.
By a landslide.
All right. And go ahead and pick. How many do we have left? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 2 more left. So we got the big dogs left. Go ahead and give me one of the 2.
Oh, shit. Happy Gilmore and Any Given Sunday.
All right. Oh man, this one. All right, we're gonna need everybody's help on voting for this one. I gotta go with Happy Gilmore because like Any Given Sunday is the shit. Like that movie's fucking awesome. I mean, you got LT in there, and man, I mean, just everything, Al Pacino, everything badass about a movie, Jamie Foxx. But then you got Happy Gilmore that like I remember watching that, and like I'm sure I'll still laugh when I watch it now, but when we watched that for the first time, we're talking about dying laughing.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like, Happy Gilmore is probably one of my favorite movies of all time. I mean, I can remember. I mean, we can recite shit from that, like, and I could watch that. I could probably watch that movie almost every day of the week and not get sick of it. It's probably that good.
There you go, Big B. As you're too good for your home, answer me.
I mean, I think a really like underrated part is like when he like gets home and the chick's like leaving him and he like goes to the microphone and he's like, baby, don't leave me, and like he like gets in an argument with him and shit, and he's like, I want to kiss you all over.
No, how about even before that? You missed it. You skipped over the part where he's like, trying to talk to her, and he's like, yeah, but you know what, Happy? You're never gonna play because you're not any good.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? You're no good either. Beat it. Leave me alone. I'm sorry, babe. I mean,
what's tired of being a nobody?
Come back up and Happy will give you a little kissy wissy.
It's so funny.
Making out with the speaker box, and it's the little kid out there who's listening.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it's the Asian lady who worked at the laundromat or something down the street. Who the hell knows? Makes it seem like he isn't gonna do anything, and of course she comes out in his jersey. Hey, you know, on breakfast.
Yeah, it's so good.
Man, that movie is so classic. The Subway sponsor, man. Happy Gilmore is a way better sponsor than fucking Jared. I will tell you that much.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. You guy was weirdo.
Well, what was up with the cold cut combo though? Why was that his favorite? Like out of all of them, I've never eaten a cold cut combo, not once.
So it's great. So I used to work at Subway for a
Me
long
too.
time when I was a kid, and cold
I
cut
worked there for a
combo
couple
is
months. Can't say it was a long time.
just turkey ham and bologna, or it's turkey or it's bologna, ham, and salami. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, bologna would have lost me there.
Yeah.
Nice. So you were a sandwich artist, huh?
Yeah, dude. It's crazy how like the city, like they didn't want us to like make people sandwiches like, you know, the way they wanted them. You know, like, they wanted shit to be portioned and shit. I'm like, fuck that, dude. What do you want on your shit? Because I'm high. You know, I was high. I'm like, I'm gonna make this shit how I would eat it right now.
Oh yeah, and I wouldn't be afraid to tell anyone to tap the tip jar either. Like, you want this good sandwich, you make sure you tap that tip jar.
But I fucking always hated this shit when people would show up. Like, we had a drive-through and shit, and people would show up, you know, like fucking couple minutes before close, and you're like, God damn it. They want like a hot sandwich. They'd be like, yeah, I want the meatball. I'm like, fuck, dude, I already put all that shit away.
And Mr. Grapefruit said the music was amazing. It was so classic. Here we got two drops from this movie.
Big trouble though, pal. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No.
Dude, I hate Shooter McGavin. He's such an asshole. And then like when he's talking big shit to Happy, and it was before everything started. I think he already sent him out to the green or whatever, and to the ninth hole at 9 or whatever it was. And then and what was it? He was like, oh yeah, you want me to kick your ass? And Happy Gilmore just grabs the bottle. Yeah, let's do it right now. It's like, hey, man, on the golf course.
What happened to the rest of that bottle?
Oh yeah, just trying to locate it over here, some over here, and
go lay by the bay. I just may. What do you say? Make things out of clay.
Here you go, another classic line from a classic character in that movie.
If you trouble me for a warm glass of shut the hell up, then you will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep. You're in my world now, Grandma.
Check the name tag.
Fucking check the name tag, Grandma.
That's why everyone should feel bad if you ever put someone in an old folks home, because you already know that there's assholes like that. Like the old lady, my fingers hurt. Oh, your fingers hurt, huh? Your back's gonna be hurting because someone just pulled landscaping duty.
Good news.
We're extending arts and crafts by 4 hours today.
Yeah.
And he's on the phone. Hey, man, this is some high quality shit. Oh, man. Savages. Yeah, David P. The price is wrong, bitch.
Oh, my God. That whole fucking scene is epic.
Dude, so awesome, man. Bob Barker just being a badass. Just, man. Happy was eating those lefts and rights. Bob Barker was not fucking around. He was eating those.
Fucking just dude, just headbutts him and shit. Price is wrong, bitch.
Yeah, headbutts him, then he fucking comes up like the Undertaker, choking him and shit. Oh, now I think you've had enough. No? Golf shoe to the face. Now you've had enough.
Oof.
Bitch. Man, that jackass guy, man, to push him to punching Bob Barker.
Hitting you? He punches Bob Barker.
All right. Happy Gilmore.
Dude, that whole thing at the end, too, like that whole putt scene, that shit's so sick.
Oh, that's classic. That's so classic.
He's like, no, I'll just beat him now.
And Ronald said, I love any given Sunday. We all do. Here's a shout out to Any Given Sunday and Steamin' Willie Beeman.
My name is Willie. I keep the ladies creaming and all my friends come screaming.
You're dreaming. And you know, the funniest shit about that is how Ronald LL Cool J, how him and they were really beefing. Like, man, like Jamie Foxx like goes into his stand-ups and is like talking about it. And like, I guess LL Cool J is just a crazy method actor because he was living that part. Because Jamie said that he would go up to him, talk to him, and like he would give him like a cold shoulder and shit. Like call him a little bitch and shit. You know, and because that punch, like that shit really happened. He really cold clocked the fuck out of him. And there was other fights besides that too. And like in Jamie's stand-up, he's like trying to explain to LL Cool J the whole time. He's like, no, man, I'm not really Willie Beeman. Like, I'm just reading words that are like written on this paper, you know? Like, I'm Jamie. He's like, fuck you, Willie. And man, there was a whole big beef like in real life between who knows if it still stands between Jamie Foxx and LL Cool J. But yeah, LL Cool J, one of the great method actors, apparently. Yeah, Stu, what up, bro? Said I love Happy Gilmore. Used to watch it on VHS almost daily for the longest time way back when. Because that shit was so funny.
Yeah, dude. It's just like extremely epic, man. Like another fucking good scene is like right there, right when he's trying to get or he's at his grandma's house and he's got the golf clubs.
Yep.
And he's like, see if he can hit the ball. Look how he's trying to hit it. And he's like, fucking goes and smokes, and he's like, dude, you just hit that 400 yards.
Is that good?
Yeah, he's like, is that good? He's like, 21, you can't do it again. He fucking loads it up and hits that. You hit that guy. Shouldn't have been in there. He says, what? And then he fucking does it again, hits that lady, and she fucking falls out the window. It's so good.
Funny. Such a classic movie.
Step on up and challenge the golf ball whacker guy.
Yeah, and anyone who's ever tried to do the Happy Gilmore, it is not easy. It is not easy to do that move and drive it straight down the fairway. Like it, I mean, it's hard enough to drive it straight down the fairway, anyways. But yeah, you got to be real good to actually do that shit. There you go, Ronald. That's your home. Are you too good for your home?
Suck my white ass ball. Peace.
All right.
Monkey shit.
Well, we're gonna talk about Happy Gilmore, I'm sure, a little bit more because it is moving on to the Elite Eight and the last one we got. Remember the Titans versus Cool Runnings. Oh man,
Cool Runnings is how you felt when you were here in Minnesota, huh?
Yeah,
you ain't smoking, man.
What you smoking, man? Where is it? I got it.
Sankaman, what you smoking?
Kind of low. Sankaman, what you smoking? And of course, remember the Titans will always have a little place in my heart. That's why you see it here every once in a while.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.
Man, that shit is so epic. Just gets my blood boiling like every time I see it. Like they're really trying to cheat him out of Coach of the Year. They're really trying to cheat the Titans out of everything. And man, all they did was just whoop some ass. I remember, was it Julius? After that, when he hits him in that first hit, better get real comfortable on the ground. So classic. But how about we talk about Cool Runnings? Because I think Remember the Titans will be making it out there. Also based on a true story, the Jamaican bobsled team. Like, oh man, making it all the way to Calgary, Alberta, Canada, just to be able to compete. I mean, they're never competing in a winter sport. Like, even in that whole movie, like they start talking about ice, and Sanka is like, man, I need to take a hot bath just thinking about all this ice.
Fucking Jim Belushi.
Not Jim Belushi.
Or
John Candy.
Yeah.
Classic. I love that movie. And Ronald said, I love Cool Runnings. That's my childhood, man. Oh, yeah. And it's so funny because like they
don't even make it all the way down.
it's a Disney movie, and they still had to like change some parts for it to like be on TV. Because what do they say? I remember so old to remember when. Damn it. You know what? Hold on. I don't even remember the fucking line. I gotta go Google it. Let's see. I've known you since Julie Jeffries asked to see your ding-a-ling. And they had to cut that out. I can't even remember what they replaced it with in the act on TV, but shit's so funny. Ryan Gosling is a liability on the field. That's for sure. We'll give it another minute, but yeah, Remember the Titans is definitely my vote here, and looks like it might be everybody else's vote up in here as well. And there you go, David P. Run it up, Herman. Leave no doubt. Hell yeah. That was such a great movie. Such an epic movie.
What do they say? There was like, what was their saying they would say before they would push the sled down?
Feel the rhythm, feel the ride. Get on up. It's pushcart time. And how about his pregame cheer? All right, guys, let's get ready for the pregame cheer. Who's the captain of our crew? Who's the friend to me and you? Kinda nice and good looking too. Sanka, yeah, Sanka. Man, just boost up that ego.
Dang, dude, I gotta watch that shit too. I haven't seen that in a hot minute.
Pushcart champion of the world. Classic
Jamaican bobsled team.
Oh man, I love that movie. That's definitely one that I got to throw on randomly here and there. So it's so nice it is on Disney Plus as well. All right.
Where at in Jamaica are you from? Right near the beach. Boy.
Oh man. Oh, I cannot wait until we do a half-baked breakdown.
Oh.
So we did a bunch of movies last week. We did a bunch of movies this week, but pretty much the whole premise of this show is going to be talking about one movie in general. We are going to do things like break down the league, and we'll break down like a season at a time, for things like that. That's definitely going to be ones that we're doing, but more often than not, we're pretty much going to be covering one movie at a time, and that's it.
We should do a couple brackets though. Like we could do like mafia movies, we could do like drug movies, we could do like certain ones like that, but we have to get like a group of people together, like talk about it. Like we got to do it like on a late night.
Definitely. And Sir Bong's Lot said R.I.P. John Candy. Yes sir. All right, Remember the Titans is moving on. Let me end that poll. And Ronald said I'm the lone Cool Runnings vote. It didn't get 0. So we know that none of the movies are going to get 0. They're all too good. All right. Here we go. And let's make sure that everyone's voting who's watching. All right. Make sure everyone is voting who's watching. All right. Let's see here. And JC Money on with the graphics. Good shit, bro. All right. And so...
Crazy.
All right, we're going to go Coach Carter versus the Water Boy. Oh yeah. Let me get this Coach Carter versus the Water Boy. I mean, for me, the definitely the vote is going towards the Water Boy.
Oh, you know, it's no doubt going to be the Water Boy for me.
I mean, it's just too funny. It's too funny.
Dude, Captain Insano, when he calls in, he's like, how old are you?
I'm 31 years old. Man, Paul White, he's just fucking dead. Dead. I bet you that I guarantee that guy's still a virgin. Oh man. And then
you showed me her boobies.
Even and then when the coach is like, all right, what is a physical sport that you like? Wrestling. And I was like, okay, wrestling is good. So who's one of your favorite wrestlers? Well, even though he's very discourteous to me lately, I'm gonna have to say Captain Insano. It's like, okay, show me what Captain Insano does to the bad guy. He poked me in the eye. Captain Insano shows no mercy.
You're damn right he don't.
So funny. I know Chase said, wow, those are two very different movies. Oh, yes. Yes, they are. Coach Carter made it to the Elite Eight, but the Water Boy is just a different beast.
Oh, my God. Just Adam Sandler, just his character. Like, that's the one thing I like about him, dude. He always does some crazy-ass characters, and he got away with it because he learned how to do it on SNL.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
All right, here's some opportunities. And he's like, all right, well, now I'm going to take these characters and I'm going to bring them on my own, do my own shit.
And it's always fucking, it's not just the one character that he's portraying or whatever. It's always the fucking cast of characters that are around him. Like, come on, man. Like, you can do it.
Oh, no, we suck again.
Classic characters. And so funny when they're out there and they all got the water cups and the what's it called, the candles in there, and then they bring out the guy who talks. Vicky Valancourt brings out the guy who wants to say something to him, and he's like, "I'm not what you would call a handsome man. The good Lord didn't bless me with the looks and charm of someone like yourself." And then he starts crying, and then he has to try to reach in to grab Vicky's titties.
Yeah,
he got away with it too. That was his whole plan the entire time, just to get a boob feel real quick.
Ron Howard's brother.
That was Ron Howard's brother? Classic.
Yeah, that's who it is.
Classic. We're waiting. We'll wake her ass up. We got to win tomorrow.
Oh, my God.
Can't hear you because she's unconscious. Oh, man. Such a classic. Had to go grab a Cayman Jack. I'm back now. There's so many cast of characters, and Big BS, that's Ron Howard's brother. So nuts. I didn't know that until now either.
Yeah. Now you know.
Needle Dick. Needle Dick. Needle Dick. Your name is Needle Dick.
It's like, what?
What an asshole, man. Like, what a piece of shit, man. Like, their whole team sucks. They haven't won a game since 1994. And you're still making fun of the Water Boy who's out there working for free, bringing your bitch asses water.
Dude, the movie's so good.
I'll never get that part of it. He's spitting the cooler. Like, why would you spit in the water cooler that you're going to fucking drink out of? I do not understand. That's just that's good Alabama football. That's some high quality H2O. It's clean. It's cold. That's what I call high quality H2O.
Sucks. Gatorade's better. Use it on the field.
And then they're all singing the Gatorade.
Gatorade. H2O. Gator. Water sucks. It really, really sucks.
You're bad people. You're bad people.
There's my bitch. Do the fucking punter.
Oh man, that was kicker. That was classic. That was classic. Come on, guys, vote. Oh, actually, I guess almost everybody has voting. 100% on Waterboy versus Coach Carter right now.
Oh shit, DJ, what up, dude?
Oh yeah.
Stopping by. Hey, you guys got snow up there, TJ? It's been snowing here all day.
Captain Insano shows no mercy, Mr. Grapefruit.
Fucking roads were glaring ice when I was driving home. Fucking was crazy.
Sketchy stuff. Sketchy stuff.
Stupid. I hate it.
All right. Waterboy moves on. I didn't think there was a doubt in the world.
It's so good.
Moving on. All right, you pick the next one. I'll get the poll up.
All right. Ooh, that one's gonna be tough. These are all gonna be tough. But you know what? Let's do the baseball movies. Major League versus The Sandlot.
Ooh, oh man. This one's a tough one. This one is going to be a tough one. Whew. All right. We're gonna have to talk some classic scenes here to talk this one out. TJ said we have a shitload and it's cold as shit.
Yeah, dude, it's getting cold. It wasn't terrible today, but fucking
sounds terrible.
It's cold, but it wasn't. It's supposed to be getting colder. It's supposed to get fucking negative.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, working outside sucks.
All right, so we got The Sandlot versus Major League. Both freaking classic baseball movies. This might be the only one where it's two like sports that actually make it here. Lifeguard scene time. I know that he'd been planning it for years. He snapped. I gotta swim here for every year of my adult life. He's like 12 years old. Yeah. Already thinking about his adult life and how he's never going to move and how he's going to live there forever. And snaps. Can't swim. Jumps in the deep end. Oh, man. The balls of Squints to do that. Knowing that you can't swim. To know that the lifeguard is going to save you. Even though there's a male lifeguard on duty.
You're hoping for the chick?
Yeah. You're literally just hoping and praying.
What does Bogart always say? If it's destiny, it's destiny.
And it was
my destiny, it's my destiny.
It was definitely his destiny. Because what did he get? I mean, I think it was 2 kisses or two of her blowing in his mouth, and then it was the third one where we start hearing this magic moment. And it's like, oh shit, Squints is in deep shit. You don't hear that one on the made for TV version of it. Man, walked a little bit higher that day. He kissed her long and good, and then she waved down to him. And then they got married, and then they had 9 kids.
Hell yeah.
That horny little bastard.
Let me just do the whole scene where fucking Rodriguez jumps over the fence to go get the ball. And fucking, oh boy, there's a chase that happens. It's just epic. I mean, that whole dog, I mean, that dog is so fucking terrifying. It's crazy. Like, could you imagine being chased after that dog chasing you? That dog flew through that fence.
I've lived in a few ghettos, or at least had some friends who lived in a few ghettos where we would attend from time to time, and I've been chased by scarier dogs than that shit. Try having a pit bull on your fucking ass. I've never ran so fast in my life, and this thing hawked us from like I don't even know how many thousands of feet away he was, because it was like a block over where we like saw it, and like this guy just used to love letting his dog go, and man. I didn't get bit, but man, I was so close to getting bit that day. Let's see.
Like Chico from next Friday.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that one's not a pit bull, but yeah, definitely felt like that. That's for sure.
Bull terrier, right? Yeah. Bull terrier. I used to have a miniature bull terrier, and then I had my miniature bull terrier. She was only like maybe 20 pounds, but she was like legit, dude. Like you pick her up and it was just like solid muscle, like legit solid muscle. She would beat my pit bull up. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Those dogs are little badasses, man. They don't fuck around.
Yeah, dude, they are. They walk around, they're stocky little shits. And she was small. I was like, fuck.
And Big BS, you are an L7 weenie, foot long, Dodger dog, a weenie. It's so funny when what's his name? When Smalls, when he can't throw. Kids a square, Benny. Kids a square. Oh man. Yeah, if you couldn't play baseball back then, I'm sure you were a big square. Ronald, when they threw up on the ride. Oh man. After Flying High versus Flying High after winning, and it's the dude who got lost in the 60s. He was the one who ended up bringing the Big Chief, the best. I don't know why dip is so cool.
Oh yeah, PF Flyers.
Guaranteed to make a kid run faster and jump higher.
Like Chuck E. Cheese.
Ronald said you just said bull terrier like 5 times in a very short period.
The dog was awesome. Super hyper though.
Oh, the Great Bambino. I thought you said the Great Bambi. That wimpy deer. So funny. Dennis Leary. Oh, yeah. Classic. As the mean stepdad. Oh, yeah. And you know he was pissed like how many times, it throws the ball past him. He's got to go get it. And he's like, what the fuck? This kid's a square. And then, and then he just has to throw it right at his face.
What the fuck? This kid's a square.
And then what does he say? Got to watch out for the curve. Like, come on, man. You're throwing this kid curveballs. He can't even catch the ball. Using that plastic ass glove. Like, what kind of stepdad are you letting him use that fake ass plastic ass glove?
Big ass glove.
And Big BS tried dip, almost threw up. I never tried it. Like, first off, tobacco has never been. I mean, I smoked weed since I was 14, so I was never one of those kids like, ooh, tobacco. Like, let me try it and be a rebel. Like, smoking tobacco or like smoking cigarettes to me was fucking stupid. If like you smoked a cigarette around me when we were in high school, I called you a lame ass and said, why don't you smoke this joint, you fucking loser? And that's how I used to talk to people. And I just remember like all the fucking random kids in high school that were dipping or whatever. Like, oh man, you guys, that shit's so cool, huh? Like that. Yeah. Wouldn't say yes or no, but they just had to do it because a couple of the kids on the team did it. Oh, yeah. Lame asses.
The bill.
Yeah, the plastic glove.
His big ass hat.
Throwing fucking Yeah, man. Like, what the fuck? Like, the kid has a plastic glove and the goofiest fucking hat this side of the Mississippi. And you're okay with that? Come on. Like, Benny told him, throw that fucking hat in your fireplace. Like, that's how bad it was. I'm like, sorry, it was the only one I had. My stepdad's a fucking loser.
His stepdad was probably doing that shit to play a joke on him, dude. He's like, here's a hat and a goofy ass glove. Now go play with your friends.
Fuck. Setting them up for failure. Setting them up for failure. Sir Bongslot, bro, I'll never forget how big the kid's bill was on that hat. Yep. Like, fuck, the hat was like this big and the bill was like this big. Like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And Big BS said I smoke weed, but I can't stand the cig smoke. Same for you. Yeah, man. I fucking hate people who smoke cigarettes around me. I don't like it. Like, man. And then the people who would justify it. Oh, but it gives you like 7% more higher or whatever. And like, you know what gets me more higher? Smoking another bowl or another joint. How about that? Yeah. I hate how people have to justify it. Just say you have a tobacco.
Take a dab rip. I'll tell you right now. If I take dab rips, I fucking yeah.
Next level. Level.
First time I did that shit, like real good shit. Like I was like,
yeah. Where am I? And Mr. Grapefruit dip is gross. Yeah, makes you so lightheaded fast. Yeah, I mean, that's what I don't get. Like, what I mean, other than wanting to be cool, like a couple random people who do it, I never get it. Yeah, hell of a head rush, says the hick. I believe it. The guy who will say that you should go to hell for smoking weed probably would say some shit like that. Nick Von B, what up, bro? Said getting hit by the ball doesn't do that to your eye, but wow, raw meat on his eye afterwards. Like, man. First off, you caught it but the glove's so plastic that it fucking injured his face. Yeah, and then you throw a big steak on it. How is that going to help anything? It's definitely not going to help the flavor of the steak. I know that much.
So what do we think? What are we thinking here? What's the poll saying here?
The poll is saying that the Sandlot is winning, and based on how much we're talking about the Sandlot, I think you know where my votes go.
I think it's just classic, just like all this shit. I mean, Major League, I'm watching it again now, but it's crazy because it just talks about, a franchise that's kind of failing and shit, and they're just bringing all these people in, and I mean, it's fucking epic. It's pretty dope, but Sandlot is just it's just timeless especially when we were growing up. This is like a movie that we watched as kids. Oh. And like we wanted to go out and play fucking stickball and shit like that. I mean, I don't know if you guys played stickball.
And Team Money said Dennis Leary low-key beat him after he lost his Babe Ruth ball. I mean, if he didn't have that ball to replace it, he would have got the shit beat out of him. But luckily he got blessed with an even better ball. The luck of that kid.
Yeah, but he replaced that ball with a better ball. What is his stepdad thinking? Like, where's my other fucking ball? Like, what happened? Now I need to know what happened to my fucking ball.
Well, he said he got in trouble. He got grounded for a week or something because of it. But if he wouldn't have replaced that, yeah.
Why you have that just sitting out like that anyways?
Because it was still the 50s. Babe Ruth had only been gone a short amount of time at that point. Stu said I used to put vodka in my cherry skull and dip in the parking lot for a few hours before going back to class. For a few before lunch going back to class. Yeah, but that's some Texas shit, man. Like that's what that's for sure. Like when I think of Texas, I think of people spit and dip. That's definitely one of the characteristics for anyone who lives in Texas. And Stu said dip for 2 years was nasty at first. I got used to it. Oh, gross. And then cigarettes and weed and now just weed. Thankfully, Stu is finally on the right side of things. Ronald said I used to put cherry vodka instead of water in the bongs. Oh, man. And that shit would fuck you up, he says. I believe it. Jared, what up, bro?
I couldn't even imagine you smoking, let alone because you talk about how the fucking the stale ass smoke from fucking weed is bad.
Yeah, can imagine some stale ass fucking tobacco. Dennis Leary probably still beat him. Hey, if someone lost a Babe Ruth sign ball, they deserve a beating. Let me tell you that much. If it's the real one. And Ronald said in a city you would play wall ball instead of stick ball. So I mean, luckily,
wall ball is fun too. We played that shit too.
Yeah, and then it got to the point where we started playing butts up, with the tennis balls and all that. Oh yeah.
Oh shit! Is that where you had to fucking if you didn't make it, you had to stand up against the wall and everyone peg you?
Yeah, as if you dropped it. If you dropped the ball and
you run to the wall, right?
Had to run the wall and touch it.
Yeah, that
and
shit's crazy.
If you didn't sit your ass in front, and everyone's gonna peg you.
Yeah, shit's crazy.
It wasn't super close though where we were throwing. I mean, shit, we were probably, 40, 50, 60 feet away, something. So you still had to have some good aim, but we all played baseball. So yeah, you were getting hit right in the back if it was coming from me.
You guys just play with racquetball, right?
No, tennis balls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I never played the racquetball or the handball with the racquetball.
Dude, racquetball is fucking fun, and it's crazy because if you got smoke, if you're like standing, because you have to stand in front, like you serve and you stand there, and the person behind you hits it, and you hope that fucking God they don't hit you in the back of the head with that ball.
Oh yeah. As soon as you get it, as soon as you hit that ball, you better get the fuck out of the way.
Well, you got to be ready for the serve, so you want to stand up. You kind of want to stand up there. I mean, my dad got me into it, and it's pretty crazy because like if you're good enough at it, all you have to do is hit that wall, and if you hit the like really close to the bottom of the wall and it just fucking barely hits the ground, you have to be up there and try to hit it, dude. It's crazy. It's hard.
Hell yeah.
It's fucking fast paced. And like wall balls like that too.
Hell yeah. We already see how crazy some of those games get with racquetball. We've seen Tom Hanks playing in big.
Mm-hmm.
It gets real feisty out there. That's for sure.
It's pretty
And Mr.
impressive.
Grapefruit said he probably still beats him. Like, I'll teach you to play him with the legend. And Big BS says, "What's the difference with stickball? I've never played stickball.
The bases are a little bit closer, and then you play with like a broomstick. And it's
what's the ball? Tennis ball or racquetball?
Tennis ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, you play with like a broomstick, so it's like, it's hard as hell to hit the fucking ball.
Yeah, Nick Von B, get him. What up to the 420 crew? Pup, pass him if you got him. Let's get it.
That dude just got rocked with a baseball bat. He let go of it and hit that dude in the head.
Rollins said, we played, you had to drop it 3 times to get pegged. Yeah, man, we showed no mercy, because we all played baseball. So if you dropped it once, oh yeah, you were gonna get pegged if you didn't make it in time. We usually only played like 3 or 4 people, though. We didn't like playing with like 20 people or whatever. Then you would have got fucked up pretty bad. All right, so the Sandlot is moving on.
Hell yeah.
All right. Go ahead, JC Money. Tell us what the next one is going to be, and I'll create the poll.
Oh, I'm going to leave the really good one. I think this one might, I don't know. This one's going to be hard too. We're going to go Remember the Titans and Rocky 1.
Oh, man.
And my vote might sway more towards Rocky than Remember the Titans. I like Remember the Titans a lot. Oh, I don't know, man. I'm just thinking just some of the fucking scenes, even when they're like, at the when they go to that retreat where they all go play football together on that retreat.
Yeah.
And they're all dancing. What's his name?
Louis Lastic.
The defensive player, the white kid who loves the country music and shit.
Oh yeah, the Allen, the one who gets cut, or not cut, but the one who PD takes a spot.
Yeah, yep. And he's like, they start getting him into the other, the like soul music and shit.
Yeah,
this shit's awesome. and what's his name? That lineman, that big ass lineman.
Yeah, Louis Lastic. Oh yeah, he's the man. When they're doing all the mama jokes, and he comes in, and it's like, Louis Lastic, what's wrong with you, man? He's like, I just gave your mama a piggyback ride, and she weighs twice as much as me. Got him. Yeah, man, Gary Bertier, he wasn't ready for that, bro. He wasn't ready, man, because when you're from the hood, you're always having mama jokes, and a lot of times you don't even know what the other person's mom actually looks like.
Yeah, for sure.
Fun to cap on people's moms.
The Sunshine straight kisses him, dude.
Man.
He's like, oh.
It's like too much male bonding going on in here. I like that, and that I'll never understand. Okay, like what you kiss him to prove that you're a badass. I mean, I
don't know. Just trying to show him like he was. I mean, he's trying to be superior. Like,
well, they called him
fun of me, then I'm gonna just fucking do this shit. And they made him feel weak, right? He felt weak, right?
Well, they called. I mean, they're already saying, "Hey, boys, look at that fruit cake." Has long hair and everything. So already calling him, already calling him names like that because Sunshine's from California.
Sunshine, military dad.
Yep. And the dad too, to say that he's going to send him to the only integrated school, there, because if our boys can fight a war together, they can definitely go to high school together.
Yep. PD, sunshine.
You were just messing with Bertier, weren't you? What do you mean, Petey? Don't mess with my head. You know what I need to know. Well, if it's not important, Petey, what does it matter?
Oh my God.
We need everyone voting on this. Come on, guys. We need everyone voting. It is split right down the middle. Right now, we need everyone.
That's what I'm saying too. Like I'm torn because I really like Rocky. I feel like this is one of Sylvester Stallone's like epic movies. Like him coming out, being like an actor from where is he from?
California, right?
No, I'm talking about he's not originally from California. Like Arnold's not originally from California.
What? Arnold Schwarzenegger was born in California. That accent, come on, that has California written all over it.
Have you seen his fucking it's called, what the hell is it called? Pumping Iron. Shit's crazy.
New York City.
Crazy.
New York City is where he's from.
Sylvester Stallone.
Like the crazy thing about Sylvester Stallone is before Rocky, he was making his way as a porno actor, like like trying to make ends meet. He writes this movie. Everybody wants to buy it from him. Every single person just wants to buy it from him. So to write that movie, direct it, all of that, and then make it all the way as far as it did. I mean, I think it did win the Academy Award, right?
Dude, that whole scene too, when he runs up them stairs and shit, and he's just fucking victory, you know, like he's like, I'm fucking ready.
Yeah, to win 9 fucking Academy Awards. 9 Academy Awards. No name actor, no name fucking movie. I mean, shit, who is Apollo Creed is probably one of the only, like, you know, really well-known actors.
Because wasn't he in the movie with Arnold before that? Wasn't he in Predator, right? Or was that before or after Rocky?
He did nothing in Hollywood before Rocky. Rocky was 1976.
I'm talking about Apollo Creed.
Oh, I mean, I don't know what
when
Apollo.
Was Predator made? Oh, then maybe not. I think that was maybe an 80s movie.
Wasn't? Oh yeah, Predator was after. I don't know. Was it after the first Terminator? Probably was, because Terminator was the first thing that Arnold really did.
Dude, Predator's my shit. I fucking love that movie. I don't know why, dude. Him and then they got Jesse Ventura too.
Epic. Carl Weathers. There we go. That's Apollo Creed.
Yeah, Carl Weathers.
He was the man. And
this shit'll turn you to a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus.
And Big BS says, is there a Rocky documentary? Come on, bro. I don't remember exactly what the well, I'm sure it might just be called Rocky documentary for all I know. But they literally break down like Rocky 1 through 5 or Rocky 1 through 6. And there's all these crazy ass fucking backstories and shit. And yeah, the soundtrack was epic. They had no money to spend on that soundtrack. $0. They had like $1,000 or something. Like maybe it wasn't 1,000, but it was a very, very small amount of money that they had to get that soundtrack made. And I mean, the song with no words. I mean, the epic Rocky song. Like we don't even know what that is, other than the Rocky tune. That's classic. That shit's so classic that like it was like a couple days ago. Noble said, "Turn on the Rocky 2 training," because I made him watch that shit when he was younger. And man, like that's like it's that fucking epic,
dude. I think the best like the training scene is the best is when he's fighting Drago. The whole shit where he's training outside and shit in the fucking mountains.
Yeah, you're just partial to that snow.
And Drago's like motherfucking beasting in his fucking gangster ass fucking German shit they got going on there.
And Ronald said people came from all around the world to run those stairs, and on purpose to put people there. I've actually ran the Rocky stairs. Like we went to Philadelphia, so we had like one family trip where we went to like the East Coast when I was like. It was 1 month before 9/11 actually happened. So back in like 2001, and we went to all the cities and shit like around New York. We stayed at my dad's friend's house who lived in Jersey, and we went to all the cities. And Philadelphia was one of the ones that we go to. And really, the only thing that I cared about going to Philly was going to see the Rocky Steps as a fucking 15-year-old kid.
You didn't want to go to the Link?
What?
You didn't want to go to see the Link?
I didn't care about anything other than the Rocky Stairs. That was it. That was my only connection to Philadelphia was those Rocky Steps. Classic stuff. But so where are you voting on this? I am voting for Rocky.
Yeah, I think I'm voting for Rocky as well.
So everyone has voted for Remember the Titans. Remember the Titans has won Remember the Titans has won the poll.
That would have been a huge upset.
And the Big BS says, is the Rocky statue real? So apparently there's 4 sides to this place, and I didn't know that. So I've heard that the Rocky statue was real, but apparently the side that I was on, there was no Rocky statue there. But Ronald, aren't you in Philly? Is that Rocky statue real? So how should we do this? So we'll be a man of the people, and we'll give it to Remember the Titans.
Well, what's the
56? It's 56 to 44.
Can I vote? Can we go vote? Can you vote on? Did you vote on YouTube?
It doesn't let me vote.
Oh well, I can.
Because I created the poll, won't let me. There we go. And Ronald said, "Yep, it's definitely real."
Oh,
seen it so many times.
Oh, I voted, and then somebody else must have voted.
Let's see. I saw 9 votes before. Oh, 50-50. We need one more vote, guys. We need one more vote. Somebody go break the tie.
And your vote would break the tie. So, I mean, right? So that's what we're doing, right? Because your vote right now would break the tie.
If my vote's breaking the tie, we're going Rocky. Rocky is moving on.
Yeah, that's a huge upset.
That is a huge upset.
A 9 seed beats a 1 seed.
Oh, man. It is getting crazy around here, ladies and gentlemen. It is getting insane. And T-Money said, Rocky for the win. There we go. Chase just said it has to be Rocky.
Whoa, big upset. We like
big
to see
time,
that.
Big time upset. And Big BS says Hustler breaks the tie. Hey, I don't get to do it often. Glad I got to do it here. Both epic films. There's no getting around that. And so we are on to the next round then, aren't we?
No, we got one more. This is Happy Gilmore versus The Replacements.
Oh, man. Happy Gilmore versus The Replacements. Let me get
3 seed versus an 11 seed. And as much as I fucking love The Replacements, like I fucking love that movie, I'm going to go with Happy Gilmore here. I mean, it's probably one of my favorite movies of all time.
I have to agree. I mean, The Replacements, it definitely has a special place in my heart. Like, it's definitely one of my favorite football movies, one of my favorite sports movies for sure. But man, Happy Gilmore, there is just no.
It's just the fact that there's so much that we like in life. Like you can quote things from that movie and just say it like in a daily routine, and somebody else would just understand it.
Oh man, Happy Gilmore is just, it's the shit. It's the shit. Like, I mean, you could break down so many pieces of that movie and his crazy ass cast of characters.
You
like
broke a rake and you crossed it into the woods. No, I was testing its stability and then I placed it in the woods so that it's like it's made of wood. So I figured it would be with its family.
I know, Big BS. Like, how many movies made us like a sport that, like, you know, I mean, golf is a pretty boring sport. That's usually.
Hey, bitch, I fucking like golf.
Yeah, okay, but yeah, you're old now. Like,
what? You're older than me.
when we're kids, like when we're a
I'm gonna
teen.
tell you right now, they have the thing out here called what was it? The 3M Open. And a couple of years ago, they gave away tickets to anybody who was a veteran, so we got to go for free, like for a day. And it was kind of fun going to watch, going to an event and actually going to the golf. I mean, it was actually really fucking fun. People like to get fucked up there because everyone's rich.
So I went to a golf event one time. It was the U.S. Open, and it was 2008. Last time Tiger Woods actually did something in a match. I actually saw his epic, I think it was like an eagle on a par 3 or par 4. I can't even remember what the fuck it was. But if you go to a golf event and Tiger Woods is there, you might as well not even go to that event. It was such.
I got to see Tiger Woods play too at Hazeltine here in Minnesota. So my mom, it was a Pro-Am Open. So it was a pros play, and then that's how it was. Happy Gilmore played, it was a Pro-Am tour.
Pro-Am. Yep.
So my mom's second cousin, Tommy, I fucking don't know his last name, but so I was younger, probably 12 years old, but my mom's second cousin, he was in this tournament and shit. And so we got free tickets to go. And yeah, we just, my grandma took me and she's like, yeah, we're gonna go follow Tiger. So like it was pretty dope. Like, see, we actually went and saw it and sat on the 18th hole and shit and watched them finish. You know, that was pretty fun.
Yeah, like there was literally no following Tiger. Like it was like the most insane.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Crowd to follow him. Like
that's the U.S. Open though. That's different. I mean, Hazeltine was just like a pro-am open. I mean, Hazeltine's like like it's a private course. You can't get on it unless you're like invited to it. Like that's where they do the they did the Ryder Cup there and shit.
Okay,
that's like the USA versus the versus Europe.
Yeah, and I remember back then when I was the 420 hustler. I remember one of my patrons. He was an amateur golfer or whatever, and fucking rich white kid, and his parents like bought him fucking 2 tickets to every day of the U.S. Open. Nice, SpongeBob SquarePants checkers. And so one of those days he took me to the opening day. And it was pretty cool. Like it was crazy. It was insane. And it like that's really all I could say. It was insane. One of the biggest pieces of bullshit though was you could not have your phone. You could not have a phone out.
Oh, at the US Open. Like I said, when we went to the 3M Open, it was pretty chill and shit. Like that Dochambeau, that dude like fucking rips shit was there, and like it's just funny talking shit to people. Like when you're like there or like you're standing by the green and you're waiting for people to come and hit, and you're like, holy fuck, that was good. Like, God damn. I don't know, talking shits or like listening to them talk and what they say.
Hey, Noble's trying to say something to you.
What's up, Noble? Noble, I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you doing, little man? Good. Yeah, I like that afro. It's like my beard, kind of, but mine goes down and yours goes up.
What? I don't have a beard.
I have a beard though. Like my afro's down here.
He's talking about your crazy hair. Talking about your crazy hair.
My dad has a beard.
This is some peach fuzz. And Big BS said that made me love golf. Ronald said Cool Runnings made me love bobsledding. Oh yeah. Didn't know I could ever love bobsledding.
Yeah. Happy Gilmore is just fucking. If anybody has never seen Tin Cup, you should go watch that movie too. If you like golf movies, it's crazy. Kevin Costner and Cheech Marin's in it too.
Oh, nice.
He plays the caddy.
I haven't seen that. I've seen that like once.
It's fucking awesome because he basically lives in a trailer and like he used to play golf and shit, and he runs like a driving range and shit. And then like they get him back to playing golf and shit, and like this is just the ending is just epic. Like it's like him chipping up onto the onto this green, and like every time he hits it, like it just rolls fucking back into the water, and like the whole like thing of the ending is like he just wants to make that shot. He doesn't give a shit. Like he's winning the tournament and shit, you know, and like he doesn't give a fuck about if he wins or loses or whatever. He just wants to make this shot.
Gotta make that shot. We love it.
So fucking good, dude. The movie, it's really good.
Big BS says Happy has the record for trying to take off his skate and trying to stab somebody. Yeah, I'm sure he will hold that record forever.
Is that goal regulation size or what? Jesus. He's a terrible hockey player, but he's like, holy shit, that shot. He fucking like terrible. It just shatters the glass.
He's got worse aim than Fulton Reed in Mighty Ducks 1.
He's like, Happy Gilmore. I didn't call your name. No. Well, better luck next year.
That wasn't very nice. He's made to be on the ice. Come on, man. You need enforcers like Happy around.
Oh, for sure. If anybody likes hockey movies and shit like that, you should go see. If you haven't seen Goon,
that'll be one I'm sure we break down on here eventually.
That and shit is
says the beginning of Happy where he uses everything to make a dick. Oh yeah, all his different jobs. I've had many of jobs in my day. I was a construction worker, a janitor,
the fucking gas station attendant,
the security guard, and he's like trying to put the nightstick on the dude's face or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Happy Gilmore. Oh man, it is so epic. So epic. We'll give it another second to see if we have any more votes. The Replacements is so funny, man. I mean, especially like the scene after they get into the fight. Like, well, the fight.
Yeah, dude.
Like what's his name? Big Worm. Big Worm, the one of the guys who was the guard or whatever, the guard tandem or whatever. He doesn't even care about anybody of the fight that's going on. He's just got his bottle of Hennessy. He's just chilling. Then the guy comes over and like bumps into him, and then he has to get all pissed off and drag him all across the entire bar. Oh man, that's classic, man. That whole scene. I wish jail was like that.
And then the deaf dude fucking still dancing when they fucking, everyone's like, oh fuck, Brian.
Oh shit. Damn Clifford Franklin.
Yeah.
Slap shot 1-3. And Big BS said the movie Goon, fucking awesome. Pick the number 69.
Yeah, dude. He's like, 69 taken? Nope. He's like, pick 69. It's fucking hilarious. Dude, it's that movie. Have you seen it?
I've seen it once.
You should actually get like really high and watch it.
Well, I mean, I'm always gonna get really high, so I mean
so
that's a given.
Dude. Oh my god. He's like, he's like, that was one time I was biking and I did this jump and I fucking fell and I ran into the trash can and I fucking fell and there was a bag of pee and I burst in my face and you know what? Sometimes trash flies in my face. Shit's so
fucking Stifler. He loves getting pissed in his face in movies. All right. Happy Gilmore.
Load up this picture.
Happy Gilmore is moving on. And Ronald said, name a movie that's not Better High. Don't worry, I'll wait.
Have you ever seen it on weed?
That's the way to go. They did a second Goon that's pretty good too.
Yeah, it is actually. I mean,
is it the same as Sean William Scott?
Yeah, Sean William Scott and what's his name from Wolverine that's in it? Not Wolverine, but he plays Sabretooth in Wolverine.
I don't know.
So the whole basis of the story is shit. Like he starts as a bouncer and shit, and like his friends he's like a sports commentator like online and shit, and he's like very vulgar like online like semi-pro like underground like sports media guy, and he talks about hockey and shit. And he's fucking hilarious, dude. He's super fucking vulgar. And so they're talking about they're at this hockey game, and it's like a minor league hockey game, like what you wanted to go see, where they just fucking fight each other and shit. And they're at this hockey game, and this guy gets this guy gets into the penalty box, and he's like talking shit to the audience, and he says something about gay, and he's like, hey, you're fucking gay. He's like, and then Sean William Scott, he goes, my brother's gay. And he's like, fucking, this dude like gets up and he like starts to try to fucking fight him. He's like, my brother's fucking gay. And he just beats the fucking shit out of him, dude. Because he's like pissed off that he calls his brother gay,
Mm-hmm.
And he just beats the fucking shit out of him. And then basically this coach, this minor league coach that's like what the gay at the hockey game they're at, like calls in onto their show and shit, and because he was interviewing his friend like after the fucking after the game, and he's like he wants him to come play for them because he wants them to they wanted an enforcer, like to just beat the shit out of people, and he's never played hockey before, which is a thing. So like he shows up to practice, and he's in his brother's like figure skating skates, because he doesn't have any skates, and they're making fun of him and shit. And he goes out on the ice and shit, and like he's falling and shit like that, and they're making fun of him and stuff like that. And all of a sudden he's like, fuck it. He starts beating the shit out of his whole team. It's a good fucking movie. It's hilarious. And then he ends up like going to he ends up getting like better at hockey, learns how to skate and shit. So he ends up going to like.
You don't have to tell the whole premise of the Goon, then we won't have to do a podcast on it.
It's so good, dude. It's crazy. It's such an underground movie. Like nobody really's heard of it. Like when I saw it, I was like, damn, this is actually a good Sean William Scott movie.
We know you Minnesotians are very partial to your hockey movies.
Dude, we're the state of hockey, and our fucking it's crazy. We only have one fucking team. There's fucking Florida has 2 teams.
And California has more than one also.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And Ronald said, "You ever seen the back of what was the back of a $20 bill?"
Yeah.
Oh, weed.
Dude, Minnesota just sells their teams, like the Lakers, the fucking North Stars. They're in fucking the North Stars are now the Dallas Stars, which is in Dallas. Like they're not the North Stars anymore, right? They're in Dallas. That's crazy.
Yep.
And the Lakers are in fucking LA where there's no lakes.
Yep. It's because who the fuck cares about Minnesota?
The Minneapolis Lakers, they had their colors were better, dude. The gold and fucking baby blue, the powder blue, the shit's gangster.
Ah, damn Minnesota. Can't keep a sports team to save your life.
No, we're the farm team for the fucking the Twins. Like everyone gets good after they just leave here. Like Big Papi, he went to just fucking once World Series, start crushing shit.
Yep, can only be one Kirby Puckett, that's for sure.
Yeah, Kirby was a shit though, but then he went senile and started beating people, beating his wife.
Yeah, I mean CTE is a real thing
for sure.
Or hold on,
dude, fucking World Series in '87 and fucking '91. That's the only the Twins were the only good. I mean, the Timberwolves are okay. I mean, we were pretty good when we had KG and fucking Brzezinski and shit like that, or not Brzezinski, what Zerbiak. Zerbiak. And Stephon Marbury.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that team was dope. And then Marbury got all pissed off because KG got a fucking dope ass contract.
Hell yeah. All right. Here we go. Down to the nitty-gritty. Let's start off with Rocky versus the Sandlot. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Rocky versus the Sandlot.
So here's the thing. As much as I like the Sandlot too, I think I'm still going with Rocky. It's just too much of an epic, iconic movie. Like people don't go where do people go to worship the Sandlot?
Nowhere.
Exactly. There's a whole. I mean, and like you said, the story was written by an actor that was nobody ever really heard of, and everyone loved the fucking movie, and it's really connectable, or you can connect with the movie. Like if you're anybody who came from nothing and you're really good at sports or something like that, and all of a sudden you come out of nowhere and you become this big fucking star, right? I mean, there's a lot of fucking
classic fucking story of an underdog. How many times has this story been written over and over and over for different sports and different genres and everything? And Sly.
It's crazy. I'm surprised Space Jam didn't get into this shit just because of how crazy. That shit's a crazy movie.
It was pretty close.
No, it was off by 1 or 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple that were right there at the end. I was like, whoa. There was a couple that didn't get in. I was like, wow. Surprise.
And yeah, Chase, Rocky's had several movies that stem from the first. That's for sure. And I never saw The Sandlot 2, but I bet it's dog shit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's really a movie that you can go back and remake and shit like that too. I mean, just a boxer's career, especially with Rocky's boxing style, that's an easy way to write. All right, we can make a lot of different ways that things just can go, especially with him becoming a boxer in the real big boxing world, and all of a sudden this big ass fucking German guy's all right, well, I'm gonna fucking murder you.
Russian.
Oh yeah, Russian. I keep saying German.
It was always the Russians back then.
Yeah.
The Russians were the terrorists back then, and
shit. They also, USA played against the Russian hockey team too.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I mean, I'm talking about when they were still Soviet Union and all that type of shit.
That's when they were back in the day. That's when the fucking awesome the miracle, right?
Yep. And then it became Iraq after 2001, or anything linked with that.
Oh, shit, North Korea too.
And there we go, David P. Just right there, man. Rocky to make it through that battle that he did, and man, there's no way. Cut me, Mick. Cut me. Couldn't even fucking see out of his eye. I need to have it cut just so he could open it up enough to be able to see a tiny little bit.
Oh shit, they're playing against the Twins right now in this movie.
In which movie? In the Major League?
Yep.
I mean, they use all the real teams in that one.
Shit, they're playing in the Metrodome, which is crazy, dude. The Metrodome was fucking crazy. That's the shit. Could you imagine being in there? Did you ever hear what happened about the Metrodome that just collapsed?
No. Tell me about this. I've never heard about this.
Yeah, you have. This is crazy. Fuck.
Yeah, man. We all have ESPN. That's just insane. There's that much snow that it took down that fucking huge ass structure.
Imagine people were in there. Fuck.
Yeah, and Ronald said the Sandlot 2 is really bad. All the white people look the same. So funny. Like, yeah, I mean, if anything, just put a different name on it or something. Like, why are you gonna link it? And I know that they probably had some characters that were probably named similar or something, but fuck, that's horrible, man. That's the worst. Those unwanted sequels. Little Big League, definitely one of my favorites. And is that one of your favorites? Because they're representing the Twins.
Yep.
And of course, like they do in Twins fashion, they lose to Ken Griffey Jr. and Randy Johnson.
Oh, Ken Griffey's I love Ken Griffey Jr., man. He's a big idol of mine. Especially, like, could you imagine like playing a sport with your dad and like winning with your dad?
It's pretty insane.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, you remember I used to live out there too, so like, I follow Seattle sports. Like Seattle Supersonics were like a big Sean Kemp is like one of my favorite players.
LeBron James is trying to hang on long enough to where he could play with little Bronny. Let's see if it happens. That's why he's staying in LA, because he knows he can just throw the Lakers head a couple bucks and maybe. So TJ said Major League 3 with the Twins and then the minor league team. So I like Major League 2. I would say that one's okay. It's not getting up there where it's dreadful. But Major League back to the minors. I don't know about all that one. I don't know about that one.
So what did we got here? Who won? Rocky?
Rocky has taken it home. Rocky is taking it home.
Oh, you
and Big BS says, does basketball count? Hell yeah, basketball counts. Well, I'm assuming you're talking basketball, not basketball. But yeah, definitely.
Basketball was actually one of the ones that were up there.
I love that movie, even though Trey Parker is a little bitch. I still do like the stuff that they produced. And yeah, don't worry, that'll be a different story for another day on why Trey Parker is a bitch to me.
Oh, I love that story.
All right. It has come down to this. I'm glad they didn't meet in the finals. It just makes it a little bit more epic that they were on the same side of the graphic. Happy Gilmore versus the Water Boy. Oh man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This could have finals caliber written all over it. But let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. And for me, it's got to be the Water Boy. And it is the football aspect of it that's going to take the cake for me here. Because, I mean, the cast of characters, I mean, shit, we could go on both sides of those. And I just like that character, that underdog. He's the ultimate underdog. 31-year-old virgin who's Captain Insano shit all over him. And literally has been the loser of his life, his entire life, no matter what, no matter where he went. And he's the IDP champ. Like, he is the IDP champ.
He does run in a touchdown. He was like, what does he throw it to that dude? And he's like, I'm going to tackle him. And he fucking runs it all the way in for a touchdown. And then he just fucking wrecks him.
not his finest moment, where he's like, good luck to you on the upcoming play. And he's like, I'm going to be playing with your mama tonight. 62. Remembers his number. He gets the interception. He's looking for, oh, there you are. Throws it to him. He's like, thanks. Takes him all the way down, just to drop kick his ass.
Shit's so dope.
Very much. Now you know that.
I love my mama very much. Now you know that. The Water Boy just handed him the game. What an idiot. And see, they would have been like undefeated though. Like, obviously he doesn't pull that little blunder, or if maybe anybody on his team could actually tackle, besides him, they win that game. Like, they would have been undefeated with the Water Boy. Undefeated. To take a team that ain't won since 1994 and pretty much take them undefeated, like, That's a feat all in of its own right there. We're not talking about him going to the Jets and doing some Broadway Joe stuff. We're talking about going down to, what is it? South Central, Western Louisiana, like whatever the fuck it is, SCLSU, Mud Dogs. Like, come on, man. Like, that's a bad conference. They let it.
Oh, I'm gonna have to split the difference, and I'm gonna say Happy Gilmore.
Ooh.
I mean, I like Waterboy a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do, but you know, I like the epic golf movie. I like the whole badass motherfucker. Like, he's a hockey player, but he's like I'm a hockey player, but I play golf. Like, he's not even a golfer. He's still a hockey player, but he plays golf. He's a professional golfer.
Yeah, maybe I can get this goofy hockey guy, and maybe I can get this goofy golf guy off here and put a hockey guy up there.
And Chubbs is the fucking best, dude. Like so like where he finds him at too is like after that shit. He's like, after the tournament, he's like, he goes into a batting cage and he's fucking sitting there. He's like, 364 days until the next golf or next tryouts. He's like,
you gotta pump up.
He's fucking taking the fucking balls to the chest and the head. Ooh, that one stung a little bit, but I'm okay. You got your goddamn mind. And then the little kid goes in and out after him, just gets wrecked. Then he's out there playing with the hockey stick, and he just fucking wrecks fucking Chubb's hand, and fucking truck runs it over.
And Ronald said, "No, there's something wrong with your medulla oblongata."
Oh shit! He fucking tackles him.
He's like a T-Rex out there. Like, what noise is that even? Something wrong with his medulla oblongata.
Fucking pterodactyl.
Kathy Bates, you playing the foosball behind my back? You listen here, Bobby Boucher. You're gonna lose all your fancy foosball friends. So funny. Colonel Sanders. Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, when the coach is like, he's like, I came in here and I cried like a 10-year-old girl, and he fucking whips the baseball out the fucking window and it hits the fucking Colonel Sanders. He's like,
Bogart knew that we were getting to the finals and came back.
Oh shit, Bogey.
Yes, I've arrived.
So you're gonna have to split the difference a little bit on this, but one character that I got to bring up from Happy Gilmore, one of the unsung heroes for everyone who's watched Weeds, and if you remember Doug, and if you've seen the Grandma's Boy, he's in there as well. He's the hippie owner of this company. He dates all the way back to Waterboy, to Happy Gilmore, where he's come on, Happy, you gotta feel the energy, Happy.
Yep. Feel the flow. Feel the flow. Work it.
What did he say? Ride the bull. Feeling the flow.
Doing the happy dance.
Yes. Yeah, you know who else?
Psycho.
The mini antagonist, the hired hitman in that movie.
Jackass.
He was a hired hitman, basically, man.
Damn,
he's like, you're gonna need a blanket and some suntan lotion because you're never gonna get off that beach, you jackass. And then dude, then hits that dude on the boat.
Oh man,
the price is wrong, bitch. That whole thing causes the fight, and you know it's funny. They were in San Francisco.
Or the gator, when he goes after the gator, he's like, he got my ball. He's like, your eye. He fucking gets the fucking gator's head for Chubbs, and Chubbs falls out the window.
I know, right? You know what's funny thing with
that's a legend.
This is how
I'm playing for Chubbs.
Like you gotta love the cynical writing because he kind of killed Chubbs right there. You know?
Yeah, he did.
He really did.
And that dude, that other guy, that golfer, was outside the window, like shaking his head at him.
Right.
All he does, he's just around there to be like the voice of like, you fucked up bad, bro.
He's like,
hey, he was you know what's funny?
The Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
the randomness to the joint when he's like on the ice skating rink. You know what I mean? He's like, if you hit this puck, you gotta give me a kiss, right?
Oh yeah.
Endless love, and they pan out, and it's the guy. He's like, he's lips.
Yeah. My endless love.
You know what I mean?
Lucky she was horny too. I didn't see it go in, Happy.
Yeah.
Right.
And there we go. Kevin Nealon. Is that how you say it? Nealon?
Yeah.
So crazy. And being one of the, I mean, I didn't watch Saturday Night Live like that, but it's crazy when you see him like amongst, Happy Gilmore and Rob Schneider and all them. Like he was on a crazy cast of SNL back then.
I bet you they all did like a ton of coke, dude.
Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah. Oh yeah, we already know that.
Like
and Jake said, did he pass away recently? I mean, if so, it's not on social media.
He became the flow. He became
shooter.
He became the good energies that he.
Dude, it's so funny that they still do that shit too. Like they did like the. It was like did you see like Happy Gilmore, like he tagged Shooter and he's like, oh, what the fuck, what he did, but like or he went out and he did the drive. He's like, this one's for you, Shooter. And he like did the fucking video and he like went up and did the swing and like it made an awesome drive and he's like, ooh, that's gonna be a good one. And he's like on the green, and then all of a sudden Shooter like he made a comeback one where he's like he talks about putting and he's like got the fucking cup set up and he makes a badass putt and he talks about something about the green.
Here's why they do it. I bet you it's that mailbox money, because that Happy Gilmore is on TV still, and that somewhere out there, dude, they're making money off that shit still to this day. Every time he gets a Happy Gilmore check, I bet he makes one of those posts.
Dude, they need to make a new one, and it's got to be like the senior tour. I think it'd be hilarious. It'd be fucking hilarious.
I mean, what? They stopped paying their taxes again on the house.
They have to come with no, it'd just probably be like they have to play in the tour. Like maybe they're on a team together or some shit. There's some new guys or some shit.
I got it. They're trying to do gentrification in the area, and they want to buy up all those properties. And he's like, I can't. That's my grandma's house. And they're like, they need to raise all this money, but like he squandered away all his millions, like on trying to start his own hockey league or something.
Oh, shit.
So now he needs
50.
And the only thing that he can eat is the Subway for life that he was gifted back then. That's like all he's living off of, those cold cut combos.
And then look, there it is. There's a built-in campaign.
Stay happy. Remember he hits some shit off the tee. He fits the fucking foot long off the tee and it lands that dude's mouth. Talk about a hole in one.
A big BS. Give me one of those big checks there. I don't care. Yeah.
He's got all those checks in the back of his fucking car.
He had a hell of them, but he only had like a couple racks, bro.
You know that,
man. I mean, when you come in, whatever it was, what was it? He's asking how much people are gonna win, and he's like, "Oh yeah, first place gets like 100,000 something, blah blah blah." And he's like, "What's the guy who comes in last place gets?"
Yeah, you don't even.
I don't know, about 15,000. He's like, "Oh, so either way, I'll make some money."
Yeah.
So that is so tight, though, if you think about it. Because what was his goal? It was he needed what? How many?
It was like $300,000, I think was.
It was like $250,000.
So throw it in the chat. Someone fact check it real quick. What was the exact number? I'm gonna go try to Google it, but I remember $300,000 off the top of my head.
He had to get the money before the day, or they're gonna auction it. And then that was when Shooter came in there and auctioned more money than he had. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like gonna piss on it.
Yeah, because he got the dates wrong. He needed it one day before that happened, not on the day of.
Well, I mean, shit. He's a hockey player playing golf, right?
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. He's like a hockey player plays golf.
You know what I mean? Hey, yeah, that's Happy Gilmore is that's that one. See, I love Waterboy.
Oh, 270,000. That's what it was. I was very close.
1,000. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Bogart is 50-50, so you get to say Happy Gilmore or Waterboy.
I want, what's funny is I kind of spoke this into existence. I wanted Waterboy to go the distance, but like there were so many other nostalgic greats. I thought I didn't realize that people do appreciate what is it called? Happy Gilmore as much as we do, because that was like 5 years before, Waterboy. A lot of the the younger generation, they remember the Waterboy more than we remember. Because for me, it's always been Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore, kind of like 1 and 2. You know what I mean?
And someone else too, Billy Madison out there said that that was his best movie.
Yeah, for sure. Everything with the penguin, dude. Oh my god.
goes back to the goddamn. He goes back to school and then fucks his teacher, bro. Like,
hell yeah.
You know what I mean? And now I think that was Sonya Blaze from the Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Sonya Blade.
It was. Yes, it was.
Yeah, and I was part
Sonya, don't.
He kicks his ass real good in the end too. You know what I mean? But
hell yeah.
But yeah,
Sonya style.
I'm gonna go. There's too many times I quote things all day from this one, so I gotta go with my man Happy Gilmore, bro. I got
Happy Gilmore to the finals. And what made it from the first one? Rocky, right?
Well, yeah, Rocky, which is
so we got Rocky versus Happy Gilmore for the whole shebang. Oh man.
You know, here's the thing with the first Rocky too. The first Rocky was unsatisfying to me because it was one of those ones like, you know, I watched it far after they were out, obviously. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we weren't even born when that shit came out.
And I watched, and I got to watch it in succession. You know what I'm saying? And then and then all the way up to like Rocky 4. They were all out before I started watching them.
Well, I mean, it's like Rambo and shit was like
Yeah.
Rambo is awesome. Like I got to see that shit. And I was like, holy fuck,
like,
dude! Like this is like a crazy movie. People don't really understand what the fuck's happening in this movie. Like he's being thrown out of a town because he's like different. Like he was a Marine or like, you know, and they're throwing him out of this town because they think, you know, like just off of his image, they're like, you know, it's just crazy. Like blows my mind. And he's like, you know what, fuck y'all.
The first one is so dope. You know what I mean? Because when you look back on it now, what it spawned, the whole franchise, you know what I mean? Like, and like, you know, because it's a whole thing, you know what I mean? And like, it's just sad because like, this is where it all started from. Like when you look back at what happened to all the characters, where, you know, with his wife, you know what I mean, when he first meets her and, you know, she won't look at him and shit, like, you know, she won't look at anybody, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, you know, just her character development later on down the road, like kind of snaps him back into the eye of the tiger even, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's sad because all that, and they do a play on that in the later movies, you know what I mean? Where
if we didn't have The Rock, we wouldn't have Rocky. Like, man, Rocky like literally steals some of he actually steals like Adrian's lines. When all the smoke is cleared and all the fans are done chanting his name. Like, it's so epic.
Yeah, like here's another thing too about Rocky too, is like, because like I said, it was unsatisfying because, you know, it ends in the draw, and then, you know, he's like, we got it, you know, we're gonna do this again. He's like, hey, no, we're not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then, you know, just set it up for the second one to be even more epic. You know what I mean? Like, but like I still got this is kind of crazy, man, because it's like, if I'm saying as a whole franchise, bro, like if it was Rocky versus like the entirety of Adam Sandler's movies, right? That's how it would have to be. Like, I think Rocky, the power of Rocky won, you know, as far as I say, unsatisfying because, you know, there was more to come that just made it even that much more greater, bro. I almost have to say Rocky here.
I mean, shit, it spawned into its own, like a separate franchise, you know, from it with the Creeds. After that, like the redheaded, the wayward child, you know, of Apollo Creed, like turns into carrying this Rocky franchise. And I remember going to see a movie. Cannot remember what movie it was. And like, it's the Creed, the Creed trailer that I'm watching. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is Rocky. And then the farther it goes, and then like you actually see like, you know, Adonis Creed and then fucking seeing Rocky in there, and like,
and then they even brought back the Russian, the Russian's kid.
Fucking training in the woods and shit.
Yeah, like, I mean, shit, your pappy killed my pappy. You know,
dude, that's like fucking James Conner just throwing logs and shit, just training in the woods.
Right? Now, you know what, too? The motherfucking, that was probably the most epic shit when Rocky was in Russia training. You know, because it was just, you felt the emotion. You know what I mean? His boy just died. You know what I'm saying? Got murdered, basically. You know what I mean? In front of millions to watch. You know what I'm saying? And then he's training with his trainer. You know what I'm saying? Which is like also important because like, you know, that was what was deep about Rocky in the earlier ones too, where Apollo had to train because he lost Mickey. You know what I mean?
And he had to totally become a different fighter.
Mm-hmm. And like, what's crazy too about Rocky 1 is how they really broke down how boxing be. Like he's like, all right, I'm the champ, but you know, we need a guy, you know what I mean? A guy who could be a draw, you know what I mean? Like, but also he's looking for someone that he knows he can whoop up. But it has to be someone that got to beat hella people to get to him. So they're kind of grooming this Rocky from afar. You know what I mean?
Wesley Snipes stealing home.
So they can have Apollo Creed versus the Italian Stallion. Sounds like a goddamn monster movie. You know what I mean?
And that's what it was. It was probably the nickname versus anything that got him that fight, because they didn't know. They were just looking through a book at boxers and picked him. The Italian Stallion.
So I'm gonna have to go with Happy Gilmore again. I understand like the whole series as a whole, Rocky, yeah, maybe, but I think how many times do you catch yourself quoting Rocky?
I mean, you know how many times I run up.
Let me say right now. I mean, the story is awesome, dude. But if I want to have a good day and I want to laugh, I'm gonna watch fucking Happy Gilmore. The whole fucking movie makes me laugh. No, there's nothing about that movie that makes me want to be sad.
Yeah, because there is some kind of dark points in the movie where, like, you know what I mean? Like, and what's the dude?
Yeah, well, the part where he's like, let me go to my happy place, and all of a sudden it's like Shooter McGavin, and he's like, and everything's in black and shit, and his girl's all in black, and she's pouring her beers and shit all over her, and like his grandma's making out with him and shit. And he's like, no, and he fucking chops his shit at the grass. He's like, no, fuck this shit.
What actress?
He's hit by a fucking Volkswagen, dude. That fucking dude hits him with a Volkswagen, bro.
Make sure everyone goes and votes. Showing
and he still goes and finishes it, even with that big ass shit in his way. He's like, I have to hit it off Frankenstein's fat foot, so I have to fucking. Why can't he play in this shit?
So, what was more of an epic battle? The Shooter McGavin, the 1 day tournament between Shooter McGavin and Happy Gilmore, or that 15-round fight between Creed and Rocky?
Hey, it's so funny because Rocky invented the Homer J. Simpson style. Like he was like no hands up or nothing.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. CTE like a motherfucker. Straight
bro.
Chris Jericho style.
Super jabs, bro. Taking it to the face. That was his defense.
I'm sorry, Chris Benoit, not Chris Jericho. Chris Benoit style.
And if you look at if you go back and if you remember it like in slow motion, he wasn't just wearing those, like he's leaning into those, like like I'm gonna hurt your fucking fist with my head.
Yeah, that was part of his defense, bro.
Wear you down, bro.
And like Rocky was always amazing to me because as the movies progressed, not only did he learn how to read, right, and then like he have a family. But he also seemingly had like CTE in reverse because like he got smarter while everyone else around him withered away and died.
And Jake likes it, the Homer Simpson style.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Homer just pushes him down when it's all said and done.
And Big BS says Clubber 5 Rocky when he got all civilized. Yep. Turned into an actual human being. And then he brought up Tommy Gunn was an actual boxer. So I mean, I didn't learn that until later in life. But Sylvester Stallone doesn't fuck around. Like you can't come in there and like not know how to box or something. He went out and got some fucking, got an actual professional boxer to come in.
He went out and took a bunch of punches to the face for real to get ready for the role.
I mean, I heard that was like one of the terms, like one of the was it terms of endearment or whatever, like getting knocked out in a Rocky movie, because like Sylvester Stallone like made you get knocked out for that movie. Like the whole thing with like they changed a lot of things in cinema, like with the way that they were like recording shit.
He was like, all right, look, kid, I'm Sly Stallone, right? So when they say action, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. And we got to get this right good on camera. But, if we have to do 4 or 5 takes of this, we're going to do this. And he really would clock them motherfuckers. Listen, he was like the biggest star at the time. One of them.
Yeah.
Him, Arnold. You know what I mean? That's why it was such a big deal that Stallone himself actually later on did all the what was the movie where he brought all the old school guys?
Expendables.
The Expendables series, bro. Like,
Oh, dude, Expendables is dope as fuck.
Everyone that said
it was so underrated. All
Hell
of them were good.
And Nigel, I don't know why the comments not popping up here, but shout out to Nigel. It said, shout out to Movies and Munchies. Bong bong. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And as of right now, Rocky is winning. Rocky is winning the vote. So if you want to make your vote count, get out there and vote. If you're on Facebook, hop over to YouTube. Make sure you vote.
I guarantee if you ever saw hella stairs and you ran all the way to the top of the motherfucking stairs, you would jump around doing this and airboxing and shit.
And you heard the song in your head too. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, you might even be singing the song. And you running all the way up them goddamn stairs.
Hey, look at this. Ronald said, if I'm feeling down, need to be inspired, I'd watch Rocky or Rudy, which was missing. Yeah.
No,
Let's not.
Nobody's watching Rudy.
But come on, man. Like, Rocky is one that I will definitely be watching this week. At least some of the what's it called? At least some of the matches at the end. Like, we are in a heavyweight bout in the fantasy football world right now. And Rocky is going to be something that's going to inspire me to win.
It's the fantasy football hustler versus Bogart scot-free. It sounds like a goddamn monster movie.
Adrian, man, and I didn't even care whether he won or lost. All he cared about was his lady.
I got a problem with this particular scene. All right. Everybody rushes the ring, right? It's a draw. Everybody's in the, oh no, is this when he first won? No.
This is first one's when he's the draw.
Yeah, so it's the draw. Everybody runs into the ring, and then she's like far the fuck away in the crowd, and she's like, Rocky. And it's like all of a sudden he has sonar ears, bro. He just got his bell rung hella times, but he can hear Adrian somewhere in the fucking chaos of the loud crowd. And Adrian, that shit always used to make me laugh as a kid. I'd be like, how the fuck does he hear this bitch?
And, I don't think he could hear her, but she had that goofy ass red hat on, and I think it was something like that. And he saw that, and then she lost her hat and she didn't even care. She just kept it pushing. Man, that was epic. That was an epic scene right there.
Of course, I found something that annoyed me about that scene.
And Nigel said, it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving. There's so many Rockyisms in 1 through 6.
But that's the only good thing that came out of that goddamn
that scene. Yeah, because that whole movie was terrible.
Yeah, and I think that the fighting in the streets was awesome. They took it to the streets on that one. Like that fight, you know what I mean? Like
that one. So that quote was from Rocky. Like Rocky 6, but you're talking about Rocky 5, where it was him and what's his name, Tommy Gunn.
Yeah, battling how hard you could get it. Oh, that came from the Rocky.
That was when he was talking to his son, the dude from Heroes.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so I was mixing the movies up.
Yeah, number 5 is when his son becomes a little badass. Or whatever, because he hates it that Tommy, hey, get that punk, knock him out. He took my room.
Yeah.
Still pissed about that.
Right? He made it all about him in that moment.
He created that whole shrine and everything, like the shrine to Rocky. And they're like, hey, Tommy Gunn's going to take your room.
Right. That I never had. He didn't say that, but that's the Bogart commentary.
I mean, shit, that's what he was thinking the whole time. Fuck.
And what's funny too is when Rocky was old and the other one, the Balboa or whatever, when he comes back and he has a restaurant in his own, back in Philly, and then but he still shows up in the restaurant. He's the owner of the joint, and it's a nice joint, you know what I mean? But he got the gloves with the fingers cut off. I was like, you know what I mean? Like, what did you think Rocky would have evolved to, like business suits? He was like, fuck that. Rolled up.
He ain't playing, and but he still doesn't forget where he came from. I mean, he beat the shit out of Spider Rico in the first one, and he's still serving him dinner and stuff, in Rocky Balboa. Like,
wow,
class act.
I didn't realize that. That's a nice little Easter egg there.
Oh yeah, and they were like, I can't remember the exact line or anything. Like, why are you still giving him food or something? And I can't remember, but he just takes care of those who he kicks their ass.
Well, I mean, shit, right? For every person he knocked out, that was every step closer to him, like, amassing this fucking empire.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's a bigger movie franchise than the Rocky franchise.
There's a goddamn statue of Rocky outside of the Philly joint. It's the East joint.
If that's not epic, a fictional character for them to leave the statue up there, like, that's how much like Rocky means to the city. And it's so funny too. Like, if you guys ever watched that show, Even Stevens, back in the day with Shia LaBeouf, the brother Donnie, he had to pick. It was someone epic in history, like just anybody epic in history. I can't remember the exact thing that he had to do, and of course he picks Rocky. And the parents had to be the one to break it to him that Rocky isn't a real character. He's not a real person. He's a fictional character.
Oh, that's so good. Well, because you know what too is like when I was a kid, like my older cousins, they were all like actual like boxing fans, and they would talk about Rocky. As a boxer, I didn't know that because there was an actual Rocky Marciano, and his character was based on him at all. But there was just another guy that actually boxed that was named Rocky. So, you know what I mean? I thought the movie series was based on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I was a wee tyke. Yeah.
Nigel, you're the man. Motivation for you, Champion Week finals. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
We need all the motivation we can get. As if playing Bogart wasn't enough motivation.
You've been asking for this matchup all year somewhere. And like, I know I didn't bring it up last week because like I definitely got some help with you not having Kelsey and other issues on your team. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I knocked you out of the heart to start joint, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, man, I hope this is not karma coming back. Like I had to eliminate him and one night he has to beat me in the big show. But I always do everything the same way as I do everything. I'm gonna look at it for every angle. I'm gonna travel through every possible multiverse possible. So when it happens, and I'll know.
Oh yeah, it is going down. And Big BS said he went broke because he fought Drago for free and lost his home given the power of attorney or something like that. Yeah, and it was like something with his back taxes or something, like hadn't had his taxes paid in fucking years. And if anyone knows, hear about Mike Tyson talk about taxes. You got to pay taxes to multiple countries and shit. He probably got charged for fighting Drago, even though he didn't get paid for the fight.
Mm-hmm. That's communist country, bro. Russia.
That's what she snipes about taxes.
Hey, listen, bro. Yeah. Literally, bro. Can't get him, bro.
Oh yeah, that was epic. My ring's outside. Tommy Gunn only fights in the ring. My ring's outside.
It was the wannabe Don King.
Oh yeah, only in America.
That was
what a scumbag role, and he played it to the T. Hey punk, touch me and I'll sue.
Hey, was he riding the Was he riding the drop top 5.0? What was Tommy?
Oh yeah. That was I believe that was the S-Class Benz.
Oh, that was the drop top Benz. Okay, because I know what hold on, because I know, or maybe I'm mixing up the goddamn Eddie Murphy skit earlier when he was like, the Italians they ride the 5.0s with the IROCs.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a Mercedes, but
that's what I never revisited. Like, that's probably the only Rocky movie, if it was on in the middle of the night and I was about to go to sleep, like I'd be like, I'm going to sleep.
There's a soft spot in my heart for that one. I don't know if it was the father-son dynamic or whatever, the way that it was. But yeah, I mean, I think I saw that on TV more than the other ones because
it's an important part of the story though for Rocky because his son grows to like resent him, and that's like that. Those are all the grassroots of that character development for the son. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was big time. Big time.
Who would have thought there? You know what I'm saying? There's a whole Rocky universe. That's what I mean. Like you have the Marvel universe. You have, what I mean? Like look at Chucky. They just expanded the Chucky universe with a series. Like, Rocky could be one of those ones. One day they do like a young Rocky series. You know what I mean? And it would probably be produced by Stallone. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm sure it'd be fucking epic.
Probably would be like a man. Because remember he worked for the mob for a while.
Oh yeah, man. He was the hitman breaking knees out there, collecting a couple bucks.
He was they call those Shylocks, right? Like the guys who they collect debts and shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No, I think a Shylocks takes bets. Either way, he was
the Goombas or something. One of those terms.
He was a muscle for sure. You know what I mean?
Oh man,
like that would be. You barely and then you could tell the story over over a longer base. You know what I'm saying? I would watch that.
Oh yeah. Make the phone call.
Yeah.
Bogart can easily make the phone call. We didn't know that.
I make this year.
I think that's all that Sly needs is like literally just like someone to come up with an idea.
About
all right, as long as I can put my name on it, I'll finance it.
Mm-hmm. And he probably would direct it too. I mean, like, imagine you have Sly on set while you're doing this Rocky movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because think about this. How old is Sly? Like 70 something?
Yeah. I mean, he's got to be in his 70s somewhere. Let's see.
So, like, Rocky's been a part of his life since he was in his 20s. You know what I mean? Like, in real life.
Born in 1946.
Okay, so he is in his 70s.
So came out when he was 30. Like that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So for more than half of his life, this has been what he's been synonymous with. Like that would be dope if I could put myself in the same room as him. Like, yeah, okay, look, imagine this: young Rocco, Paisan, right? Running around for the mob, you know what I'm saying? And then whoever got him into boxing, like that would be like the first season. The guy that was like, you need to stop running around out here. Maybe it'd be Mitch. You know what I mean? Hey, kid, I see you running around with those bad guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my Mitch was terrible, by the way.
Because Mickey, he hated it. Oh, you're just some grease monkey collecting someone else's debts or pennies or whatever he said.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, there we go. Nick Von Beast. Sly is 75 years old. Yeah.
Damn. Hey, I bet you he's still jacked.
Dude, he is probably still jacked.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's not still jacked. Because him and Arnold, they probably hang out together, like they're like fucking bodybuild together.
Well, here's the thing too. He was a mad advocate for HGH back.
Oh yeah.
Because like he could do a Rocky movie and then turn around and then eat hella food and gain hella weight to do like the fucking that Cop Town movie or whatever. You remember that?
Yeah.
Where it was like he was like a fucking he was just like played a cop. He had to look the role. You know what I mean?
Stupidest cop movie that he ever invented. Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. But it's so bad that it's good. It's so funny that like he'll always bring up that and like you're like, I'll give everybody their money back if you paid money to see that one.
That one was so trash.
So trash, man. So trash that it's good. Like that'll be one that we break down on this movie on this podcast for sure. His big blunder. Ha! And Ronald said with that gross leather looking skin and creepy old man muscle.
Because it's been stretched from fucking steroids so much. You know what I mean?
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
They all get that. I remember
there it is. Rocky.
Right?
The ultimate underdog has won another epic battle.
Dude, there was a 9 seed.
I mean,
a 9 seed, bro.
I mean, that's how Rocky was in his rankings, right? They didn't think he was just a look. They opened up the book and turned the page and seen him. The Italian Stallion.
Sounds like a war movie.
Fought South.
Well, shit. Yeah, we already knew he was in war. They used to call him Rambo at some point, I think.
Right.
Then he was a boxer. I mean, he was a boxer, and when he was in the army, he was a boxer. You know.
That's
so once he got out of war, you know, he started becoming he became a boxer. That's his whole story.
Hold on, but see, that's the point, though. JC Money, Rambo never left the war in his mind.
He was always there.
He stayed in the jungle.
Shit's
oh man. Well, that was pretty fucking epic, guys. We got to talk about a shitload of cool ass movies, and I already talked about it earlier. We're gonna be rarely will we do these bracketology ones. I mean, but we will mix it in. Mostly, it's gonna be we're gonna be all watching a movie, literally watching it. You know, it's gonna be our homework to watch it, make sure we get the isms from the movie, and then we're literally gonna be breaking down the movie. I don't know what we're gonna do first.
And
we could do bracketologies like here and there, and we can do it like we could have a vote on like a certain actor like that has like you know, we could do like, you know, like Johnny Depp, and then like, you know, bracketology because he's hella movies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we can do like theme stuff like that around actors, you know what I mean? That'd be dope.
So what we should do is we should try to find a movie. So we have to figure out a way to pick a movie, and then with that movie theme, we have to come up with a food theme, and because it's movies and munchies, right? So we have to show what we're eating too. So I think that could be something that we do too. Like, so we have to come up with something that we all kind of like make our own, like if you like did a theme, like if it was like, you know, a chicken, like, you know, if the theme was like chicken or something, like everyone had to come with something different, like what your thing would be for like, what would you eat for that? You know what I'm saying? Just something random like that.
I mean, shit, I could even pre-record this shit and send the joint, you know what I mean? Because that's just how we be getting down at the crib. The dinner to the movie thing, it's a thing that's at the crib, you know what I mean? That's player shit right there.
Hell yeah. All right. So, yeah, we're going to figure out what movie we're going to do first. We probably won't do it next week. We may do it the week after. But I'm glad that we got to do this one for finals week, because we all need to get into some epic championship mode right now.
Oh.
We all need underdog championships. Everybody needs to eat some W's this week.
Look at that underdog taking the win.
DeAndre Swift and Eli Mitchell, come back to me. Come back.
All right, let's get up out of here. Bogard, tell them where to find you at.
The Earth is my turf and all that. At the GMM Network, on IG, etc.
Come on, give me money.
Yes, universe, give me money. Money, fantasy titles, give me money. All that.
It's not going to be a good night if Bogart doesn't say, give me money. We got to force it out of him sometimes. Yeah. JC,
my own shtick.
Don't get tired of your shtick, okay?
No, I've been saying it my whole life before it was like a thing online anyway. So it's like, yeah, universe, give me money.
JC Money. Tell them where to find you and everything you got going on.
Go find me at JC Money Design on Instagram. I got a giveaway going on. Boom. Here you go. Look at this shit. I got this mini helmet going on. Giveaway. I got to get to 100 followers. You know, here's how you get some entries into the giveaway. It's from my personal collection. So, I mean, look how T. Higgins has been fucking balling, baby. I know there's a couple people. I know Hess has been trying to get. There's a couple people that have been trying to get this shit. But if you guys want some extra entries, how about this? I'll help you out too. If you get somebody else to go sign up on this shit, take a screenshot of them signing up. Get them send you a screenshot, and I'll get you extra entries. And that's how you get extra entries. You heard it here. If you're here tonight, you'll know how to get extra entries, and there's not many people here. So there you go, Hess. If you want to get some extra entries, because I know you want that helmet.
There you go. All right. And make sure you go hit me up on fantasyfootballhustler.com. Go follow everywhere. Go hit up the podcast. Make sure you hit up the automatic download on Apple or Spotify or wherever you're at. And what else we got? We got the giveaways still going on. We are so close to the Darius Leonard signed jersey giveaway. We're like less than 40 people away, less than 40 subscribers. So tell your friends, share the channel, get people over here to subscribe. Everyone who's everyone new subscribing is going to be entered into the giveaway. Patreon members, obviously, you got an edge. YouTube members, you got an edge too. But it don't matter. This shit is going to be epic either way. All right, we're out. Had so much fun. Yeah, thanks for doing this shit, guys. This is love talking movies, love getting stoned, love talking munchies. Let's get it. We're out.
Peace.
Hold up. Hey. So hot, so hot, so hot, so hot, so hot, so hot, so hot. I'm so high.
In the morning, I smoke 2 joints at night. I smoke 2 joints when I play video games, and every 10,000 points.
Is it such a crime? Hey, everybody should be getting high.
Hope you're ready for the next episode. Hey, smoke weed every day.